Welcome, everybody. Tuesday night high school Region 9 baseball presented by the Boulevard here from Crimson Cliffs High School on the Fan Sports Network and streaming on our website. Links are up, as well as our YouTube page. If you're listening on radio and want to watch this game tonight, you can. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Caden Formaster, and guys, rematch from what was a sensational game last Friday night between these two teams that ended up with an unbelievable comeback by the Thunder as they won 11-10. And there's a lot riding on the Mustangs to get a split here on their home field tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that 11-10 slugfest between these two teams. A lot of runs scored, some late inning heroics by the Thunder. So I'm sure the Mustangs have that on top of mind, thinking about that loss and wanting to enact revenge tonight. So should be a really, really fun game that we're going to see going on from Crimson Cliffs tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, last Friday on this matchup between Desert Hills and Crimson Cliffs, you could call it a barn burner if you want to. It was a pretty fun game, a little back and forth at times, but of course finishing out very close with an 11-10 victory for the Thunder. So how do they bounce back tonight, though, with Crimson Cliffs, where they took a lead all the way through, and then in the bottom of the sixth, Desert Hills was able to fight it back from them. So, I think we could be in for some theatrics here tonight.
Should be fun. Want to officially welcome everybody in, listening or watching to our Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. Bucks has the best selection: guns, ammo, barbecues. It's grilling season, plus everything for your lawn and garden. Think Bucks and their 3 Southern Utah locations, including their beautiful new one on State Street in Hurricane. And guys, we'll get to the starting lineups. We'll get to the keys to the game. But Desert Hills is sizzling hot out of the gates. This team looks like the team to beat. They would pick the preseason favorite in our media day coverage, the combined coaches poll with the media staff. And guys, that's saying something, because we have the defending state champs across town, the Snow Canyon Warriors, who are off to a great start. But 16-1, I think everybody in the state looking up at Thunder as their number one in every ranking in 4A.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, Desert Hills, through whether it's the RPI or you're just looking at the record alone, I mean, Desert Hills has definitely been some of the top dogs here. But you also can't count out Crimson Cliffs either. You know, they're sitting with a really solid record. In fact, one of the best records, even though the RPI might say a little different, having them a little lower, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to come out and put up a fight.
Of course, Justin Abbott, he's already won state championships here at Crimson. They've had some baseball kids come through here that have done a pretty good job. And before Snow Canyon, it was Crimson Cliffs we were talking about. So there's still guys on this roster like McKay Wright, Ryder Sherritt, that were young pups that played a role on those championship teams. And they're 10-5, and they're 2-1 in region. They already had a bye. So this is a big game for them to show, hey, we can beat presumably the best in Region 9.
Yeah, it's kind of a measuring stick game for Crimson Cliffs, and they're going to find out where they stack up with the tops in the region. Of course, they played them to a one-run game just last Friday. So I think, like I said earlier, I think they're going to be looking for revenge tonight in a big way. So should be a really fun game.
Pitching matchup tonight for the Thunder. Hoyt Atkin is going to get the nod from Coach Kevin Cave, and it'll be the sophomore Cole Marchant that will be getting the nod. I think he started his first game against the Hurricane Tigers and looks really, really good. Just a sophomore, big, strong kid. He's grown into his body, got some velocity in the low 80s. So kind of a fun pitching matchup when you start to size that up. And, of course, with 21 runs scored Friday night, will we see another one like that, or will this be more of a traditional low-run pitcher's battle?
Yeah, I think that is really the big question here, because these are both teams that they've got good bats. You know, they can get the ball out there into play and get runners on base. But I think that's going to be really the key here in this one. In some aspects, is who can take care of those runners on the base and not let them get back around to score, right? Getting a runner on base doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot as long as you can get outs in other places. So at the end of the day, though, they've got to avoid getting too many hits. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You know, there was a lot of hits, as you mentioned, Devin, on Friday night. A lot of hits from both these teams. A lot of runs that were left out on base as well. So that could have been an even higher scoring game on Friday, but we'll see what happens here tonight.
19 hits, 10 for the Mustangs, 9 for the Thunder on Friday night. Of course, big night for Andrew Wilson. And Harmon Skeen had that 3-run blast, and I think it was the 6th inning that fueled that comeback. And obviously, Crimson's bullpen had some trouble closing out that game. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by our friends at Everbull. Everbull It's where St. George gets their superfood fix. Acai bowls, sips, great delicious avocado toast, and more. Go check it out in the Red Rock Commons over there next to Dick's Sporting Goods for the Thunder, Pauly.
Yeah, production up and down the lineup. You're going to want to see the one hitter, the guys that are the top of the order produce for you, but still the younger guys. You hear about Hagen Reed being out tonight. That's one of our other keys, but it's going to be Harmon Skeen. It's going to be Andrew Wilson. It's going to be some of these senior leaders, and it's going to be some of the guys down the order tonight. Shoes to fill for Hagen Reed, of course, who took the ball to the face just last game against the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, took one up high to the cheekbone and
broke his nose.
So he's not going to be able to go tonight. And then a hot start for the Thunder. That's key. As against the Mustangs just the other Friday, it was a slow start and a frantic comeback. They're going to need a hot start tonight if they're going to win.
Yeah, you don't want to try to rest your laurels on coming back every time, so they would like that hot start. And for Hagen Reed, in right field, it's going to be Roa Wall that I think is actually getting the start instead of him, because they'll put Wilson behind the plate with Atkin on the mound. So look at him. Let's keep an eye on Roa to see how he does tonight. Caden, for the Mustangs, keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl.
Yeah, so first up, it's going to be pitching. And a part of this, you have to look at a little bit more into kind of the depth of the pitching order. Last week, Friday, their leadoff pitcher was fantastic, and he pitched a solid 5 innings. And, with him in the order, he was able to keep the Desert Hills at bay. So I think a big part of it, too, is once you start to get into some of the depth in the lineup, making sure that everyone is on the same page and that you just keep the momentum rolling when you switch from one pitcher to the next, making sure that you're still pitching to contact, you're not walking too many batters, that kind of stuff, your standard pitching keys here for that one. Of course, production through the lineup here as well. From top to bottom, 1 through 9, you got to make sure that you're getting hits or at the very least getting on base. However you can do that, that's going to be really important. Then come up clutch. Right? Last game on Friday, there was a point in the game where they had 2 outs. They rallied in a few runs. Those are really important when you're playing up against a team like Desert Hills. Desert Hills will not allow you to come up clutch often. So if your opportunities are there and they're presenting themselves, you got to take advantage of those opportunities and do what you can to come in clutch.
Crimson hosting Desert Hills, closing in on first pitch here in less than 5 minutes from Crimson Cliffs High School. It's just a beautiful night to be at the yard for some ball and stick. I mean, temperature's about 82, 83 right now, and no wind to speak of, guys. I'm looking at the American flag in center field, and maybe just a slight breeze blowing out to left center field, maybe 2-3 miles an hour. There's not much wind here at all. By the way, looking at statistics, Desert Hills comes in with a team batting average of .367 with 20 home runs, compared to Crimson hitting .299 as a team this year with 7 home runs. So obviously, go back to Cole Marchant, the sophomore pitcher. He's got a tall order, slow down these bats and try to get the job done. But again, Paulie, with no Hagen Reed, might be a little easier than normal.
That's right. It'll be a little easier to navigate through the lineup, but still a super dangerous and potent Desert Hills lineup to work through. So it'll be, we're counting down the first pitch at this point.
I love it. Pre-game brought to you by Bucks Ace Hardware. And again, our keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl of St. George. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, and Paul Ratliff hanging out. They just had the exchange there at home plate with Justin Abbott and Kevin Cave. And I believe we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups and the first pitch. Mustangs, Thunder, coming up on the Fan Sports Network.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Back here, Crimson Cliffs High School, wind just fluttering 3-4 miles an hour. Temperature's perfect. Let's play some baseball presented by the Boulevard. Buy smart, buy at the Boulevard. For over 50 years, making your house more like home. Batting order and starting lineups. Let's take a look at them right now. Brought to you by our friends at House of Jump. It'll be for the visitors, Crimson Cliffs. Leading off playing shortstop, Crew Christensen. Jace Fillmore batting second, playing second base. Harmon Skeen had that big 3-run home run in the win on Friday night. He's playing first tonight. Andrew Wilson hitting over 500. Willie has been on a tear and has a team-high 5 dingers. He'll be catching tonight, but we've seen him pitch and play all over the place. Briggs Fillmore going to be a third tonight, just a sophomore. That's Jace's little brother. Out and left will be Jax Tolman. Stokely Tate in center, batting seventh. Roel Wall filling in for Bo Wall there, DH, and Isaac Swanson also kind of filling in there, depending on how you want to look at it, whether it's the DH or the right fielder. Swanson had a home run, his first ever varsity home run last Friday night as well.
Yeah, he did. It was a really solid hit.
Starters for the Mustangs again. Cole Marchant will be the pitcher, and the defense behind him, MacArthur at short, Whitwer at center, McKay right and left, Cutter Christensen in right, Austin Smith behind the dish, Josh Gray at third. Ryder Sherritt, we saw him. What a unbelievable state championship and senior season as a quarterback. He'll be over there at first base today. Jackson Bird, the DH, and then Brecken Park. Actually, 2 dingers for Park, 2 dingers for McKay Wright. So those guys have kind of been the power production. Only 7 home runs so far this year. Do you feel like the Mustangs need a long ball tonight maybe to upend the 6-10-1 Thunder, or do you think they can create some production with small ball, maybe stealing some bags, hit and run?
A long ball would not hurt. I'll tell you that. I don't want to say that they absolutely need it, but I will say that it will. It would be very helpful. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, no question.
Not necessary, but it would be awesome.
Taking a look at tonight's game. Appreciate Honolulu Grill spreading the aloha. Go to Honolulu Grill, corner 7th South, 7th East for your favorite Hawaiian dishes. Make sure and try the original Kava Aid. I like the pulled pork. In fact, I was over there today, had that Kahlua pulled pork.
Kahlua pork with the double rice and the sauce.
I like that mac salad, too.
Oh, I like the rice, man.
It's all good,
so
but
good.
The aloha at Honolulu Grill. Crew Christensen, the senior, ready to lead things off. Crew told me there was a time this year where he's like, I don't know if I'm going to play baseball, but he's playing baseball. He's also loves the game of golf. Is on the Desert Hills golf team for the last 4 years. In fact, got to play with his brother Noah for a couple seasons on the golf team. And Marchant, the lefty, big, tall, lanky lefty, still got some room to grow in that sophomore frame. Ready to go. Fastball. changeup and a good curveball, and he starts with a fastball just down low, ball one, and we are underway. Of course, as always, going to be looking for our Findlay superstar of the game as Crew Christensen takes that one for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Also, we'll name our Jersey Mike sub of the game, and of course, the AWP Playmaker player of the game. Caden and I, Paul, will have eyes on that all night long. Pitch number 3. Crew rips it through the hole on the left side into left field for a sharply hit single. And the Thunder have their leadoff man aboard here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, what a hit that was. I mean, just sent it right through the gap and had a lot of velocity off of the bat there as well. So this is kind of the thing you like to see from them in this part of the lineup. Just missed it there on the replay. But, again, it's just getting it on base through the top of the lineup that's going to be really important here to start this game.
Here is Jace Fillmore. Philly stepping in for your starter. He's already going to Yakima, Washington, going to play at a JUCO up there. Same town that the newest Seattle Seahawks receiver grew up in, and that is
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, yes,
Yeah.
grew up in Yakima. Can't remember if he went to Davis High School or Eisenhower. I think he went to Davis. There's a double play to short. MacArthur. And he does turn it 6-4 to 3. And that erases Christensen after that leadoff hit. And Fillmore and Christensen retired. How about that?
Yeah, that was pretty intense. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you're looking for on the other side of it here for Crimson Cliffs, right? Just making sure that you're taking advantage of the opportunities presented to you. And the double play was right there. They took it 2 outs away.
Double plays brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Every animal deserves a loving home. Go take a tour. Great weekend getaway in Kanab, Utah, and take home your new best friend. Learn more at bestfriends.org. Here is Harmon Skeen. Skeen, still an underclassman. Hard to believe. He's hitting .438 this year with 4 home runs, and one of them was last Friday night. And that come from behind victory we keep referring to. And quickly, 2 pitches from Marchant miss. Marchant, though, getting a boon from the defense with that double play. And a fastball challenging Skeen, and he misses and fouls it straight back. It's a fabulous Freddy's foul ball.
I like what Marchant's been able to do so far from the mound as well. I mean, you know, we talked about in the pregame pitching to contact, and he's kept the first 2 first 2 a little high. This one's good changeup coming in, too, as well for strike 2.
So now battling back 2-2. 2s are wild across the board here at Crimson with 2 down. Marchant taking a long look at Austin Smith. Smith's delivered the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball, and it's ripped into left field, and that's a 2-out hit for Harmon Skeen. Stayed behind that one nicely and lifted it out into left center field. Well, really just straightaway left field on that hit.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he placed it pretty well out there in the field. I mean, exactly where you want to, just shallow outfield to get on base. Very reminiscent of the first at-bat that we saw from Desert Hills.
So 2 hits, but just 1 aboard here, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, who's arguably as hot as anybody right now, Andrew Wilson. You know, he's been sidelined with some injuries the last couple of years. He had 2 off-season surgeries that really kind of cut his sophomore summer and junior summer short. Couldn't really play much, had some hip procedures done, but he is healthy as ever, and, man, he has been hitting it lights out tonight. Here's Wilson. Wilson takes that one. 5'11" is the batting average. And already, just a huge number. 33 RBIs, 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 home run. Just some massive, massive numbers for Wilson. And now 1-2 the count as he can't find that one.
Yeah, looking good on the count right now for the pitcher's count for Marchant.
Cleanup hitter in the lineup, lefty on lefty. Swing and a miss in the first strikeout of the game for the sophomore, Cole Marchant. And 2 hits, 1 left on base, no errors, but no runs, more importantly. Come across here after half an inning, no score on our Wilkinson scoreboard. And the Mustangs will send to the plate MacArthur, Whitwer, and Wright when we come back on the Fan Sports Network.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Bucks Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Finley Subaru.
Back live here, Crimson Cliffs. Field looks just amazing tonight, doesn't it, Caden?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for really better weather compared to where we were on Friday night. It was cold and windy Friday night, and now here we are with a really beautiful evening. A little breeze, but you know what? It's still keeping the temperatures up, so nothing wrong with that.
Rumor was Friday Paul forgot a jacket, so had to go to his car for a blanket.
That is indeed the case.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That chilly. I was out of town, but, man, and that was a long game, right? Marathon game, 21 runs scored.
Yeah, it was a long game.
Yep. Here's Hoyt Atkin.
Jason MacArthur.
He's picked up some velo from last year. Obviously has a lot of movement on his curveball, slider. And Jason MacArthur, shortstop, who's having a great campaign this year. MacArthur hitting .378, 8 RBIs, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Also saw a couple weeks ago, laid down a beautiful bunt down the third baseline from the left-handed hitter and beat out the throw for an infield bunt single. So he's kind of the jack of all trades with the bat and swinging and driving and hooking in the right field, but caught on a line. Woo, what a play out there by Swanson. Made that look easy. That had to be coming at him quick.
Yeah, I mean, luckily he was kind of right place, right time. He was shaded over off top to that our right side, left side for him, but pretty easy play for him to make, but it was coming in hot.
Need a little bit more hook spin off the bat.
Had a little spin on it. It
But
really
not,
did. It was
not enough to get it to drop, though.
Nope.
But definitely got some lumber on it. Here is first pitch swinging by Jackson Whitworth. That's going to get through the wickets up the middle, and that's going to be a one-out hit. The Mustangs have their first base runner of the night.
Yeah, and that was just a lucky hopper there for Whitworth as well, as it just went right over the outstretched glove. As you see here on the replay, took a perfect hop.
Now you saw Fillmore giving chase, but could not get to it. And clearly a hit up the middle. And here is Mr. McKay Wright. What a career he's had at Crimson Cliffs.
I mean, you talk about a multi-sport athlete that definitely brings in some notoriety to multiple programs. Here he is for Crimson doing a lot.
Yeah, but doesn't get a lot of that one, though. Slow roller. Hoyt Atkin going to come over, get it, and make the play to first base for out number 2.
But it does put a runner in scoring position over there on second as well, so you could look at it as almost a little bit of a sacrifice swing in some cases. I know there are 2 outs, so right now it's a little bit of a do-or-die situation. You don't have a lot of wiggle room now with those 2 outs, but can Cutter Christensen make something happen with a runner on second?
Cutter Christensen swinging a pretty good bat right now. That's why you see him in the cleanup spot. The right fielder is .350 on the year. Doesn't have a home run yet, but driven in 10 runs this year with 2 doubles and 2 triples. Again, not a lot of wind, but there is a little bit of help what wind there is tonight. But you're still going to have to get a hold of it if you want to leave the field house here. Atkin lefty delivery, and that one right over the heart of the plate. Good pitch there from Atkin called strike 1.
Good movement on that pitch as well to be able to get that one to drop down.
Atkin staring in. Andrew Wilson. Atkin has it. The delivery. Low fastball and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. So now Cutter Christensen, 0-2, going to have to shorten up a little bit here.
Yeah, he's got to protect the plate on the 0-2 count. Definitely pitcher's count. Expect something maybe potentially on the outside of the zone. Again, protect the plate, but don't be surprised if you see one off of it.
Atkin taking a look at that runner. Now he's going to come to the plate, swinging, and a foul tip miss into the middle. Wilson, and that'll be out number 3 and the first K of the game for Atkins. So that both teams did, 2 hits for the Thunder in the top half, and then 1 hit there for the Mustangs, but can't do anything with them as Jackson Whitworth is stranded over there at second base. So full inning in the books here. And still no score between the Mustangs and the Thunder, live here on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Joan, Udi and Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Glad you're with us on your Tuesday night, the first of 2 live broadcasts. Coming up tomorrow night, we got another high school game for you, and we'll have that Snow Canyon at Pineview Region 9 tilt for you as they'll fire up a series Wednesday, and then again on Friday. We'll have tomorrow's game 1 of that game from Pineview High School, 7:30 first pitch. Briggs Fillmore leading off, first pitch missing for ball 1. Marchant, that one paints that top of the zone for a called strike 1, and the count evens up.
His placement's been really good. I mean, even the ones that are called balls are not really all that far off the mark.
Ooh,
except for that one right on cue. Broadcaster jinx.
Now, Briggsy is swinging it, hitting 396.
These Fillmore boys, they know how to play baseball, don't they?
Yeah, well, Briggs is the sophomore. Jace is the senior. Right now, Briggsy's out hitting Jace a little bit. Jace kind of maybe in a little bit of a slump, only hitting about 215 this year. But Briggs is hitting just a shade below 400. He's going to loop that one into right field, but going to be playable. And out there, Cutter Christensen going to camp underneath it for out number 1. And now Jackson Tolman. Jax Tolman will step in, another lefty here for Coach Kevin Cave and the Thunder. 16-1 record entering tonight. 4-1 in region play. Their only loss was a shutout loss to Jake Andreas and the Dixie Flyers.
Yeah, that was a really good game by Dixie. This one comes across ball 1.
And Dixie's kind of been Jekyll and Hyde this year. They'll have a really good performance, and then they'll just get smashed.
Well, you look at the series that they just had with Cedar. They came out today with a massive win.
Yeah.
But, they had a loss in the game before this. This one's fouled away as well, where Cedar got the best of them 11-10 as well. So you just never know what kind of Dixie team you're going to get some nights.
And 1-1 the count now. Here's the windup and the pitch just a bit high in the K zone. Ball 2.
I love these lefty-on-lefty matchups. We don't get them too often, so it's always nice when we get to see one. As that one also coming across for a ball 3-1 the count.
And 3-1 pitch coming here from Marchant. Solid start. Got that double play back in the first inning that really helped him out. And there's a swing and a high fly into the alleyway out there in center field. Going back towards the track and caught. Beautiful catch.
Nice catch by center field.
That was a great catch. That's a tough play to make, but Whitworth's able to get there and get out number 2.
Now batting number 11, Stokely Tate.
That was a pretty good contact as well.
Yeah, I mean, just missed that one from leaving the park by about 20, 25 feet maybe. Didn't quite get him to the track, but close. And the deepest part of the park here is probably straightaway centered. It wasn't much off straightaway center, just right out towards the scoreboard here, which is in right center field. Shaded more to center. And swinging a miss, strike 1. As Stokely Tate now the batter for the Thunder. Tate's older brother was a player, graduated 2 years ago. Stokely got a lot of time last year, but is an everyday guy now for Kevin Cave. Hitting .282. And got him. And that'll do it. Strikeout number 2 on the night. And we played an inning and a half. No score on our Wilkinson scoreboard here between the Thunder and the Mustangs. They'll send up the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Crimson when we come back.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back Nine Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Hey, well, welcome back. Boulevard Home presenting you Region 9 Baseball here exclusively on the Fan Sports Network Tuesday night. This is the rematch from last Friday's Game 1 over at Desert Hills that the Thunder won 11-10. And here is Austin Smith, big, strong, right-handed hitting catcher for Justin Abbott and the Mustangs.
He fouls the first one away in foul balls today, brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's.
Fill it up, wash it down. Get a big discount on a full detail right now at Fabulous Freddy's. Appreciate those guys. Longtime great partner. Hit .323, the batting average for Austin Smith so far on the campaign. And for Smith, he is just a junior. I know I wasn't as big as Austin when I was a junior.
He's still not as big as Austin.
Never will be. Never will be.
Yeah, he's definitely a big, strong kid.
I think that's kind of a criteria at Crimson if you're hitting in the middle of the lineup in the number 5 spot. Of course, they had Andrus in this program since the school opened.
Now he's off playing some football at SUU.
Yeah, started a bunch of. Well, I didn't start a lot of games,
but played a lot of games.
25 to 30 snaps as a freshman D-line at Division I. That's big time.
Yeah.
Probably lifting more than the seniors up there in some cases. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Atkin. Chopper back past Atkin into center field. And that is a leadoff hit here in the bottom of the second inning for Austin Smith.
Yeah, that's a perfect spot as well. Just past the outstretched glove of the pitcher. I mean, not a lot you can do about that either for the pitcher. Momentum going one way, ball going the other. Rolls into center field. Easy single up the middle.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting, and Smith is aboard. They will put a speed-up runner out there. And our speed-up runner brought to you by Sport Court of Southern Utah. Get the home court advantage, and you can turn your backyard into family fun year-round. Visit sportcourtofsouthernutah.com or call 435-586-1282. By the way, they're giving away 2 student athletes. There's 2 $5,000 scholarships that are going to be awarded in May. And if you want to nominate a baseball player, one of your softball players, football, basketball, swimming, track and field, volleyball, lacrosse, we've got so many sports, golfer, you can do that. And I'll give you that email after this pitch. First, a snap throw over to first. And just wanted to check on the runner there. I was going to get that email for you here.
Fouls that one away off the bunt.
office.sportcourt@gmail.com. If you want to nominate somebody, send a little reason why, maybe a couple stats. It doesn't have to be, nothing more than a small paragraph. office.sportcourt@gmail.com if you want to nominate a local student athlete for one of 2 $5,000 scholarships given out by Sport Court of Southern Utah. What a great little promotion, and thank you, Sport Court, for your coverage of Region 9 athletics. 1-2 the count now. And Gray going to take that one 2-2.
I'd love to get me one of those sport courts over at my house. That'd be fun. Those things are awesome.
I missed the window for my kids, but maybe for the grandkids someday, right?
Go.
Not anytime soon. I don't need any of those yet.
No.
Couple moons away from that, I hope.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out too much yet. Full count here, too.
Yeah, big payoff pitch coming from Atkins. Gray's worked the count full. Mustang third baseman, right-handed batter's going to hit a chopper. Third, Fillmore has it, goes to second, to his brother, on to first, in time. 5-4-3, and now both teams have an early double play in this game.
Yeah, that was a great double play. Again, the second one so far of the evening, one from either side. Both of them very similar. Your standard 6-4-3 double play.
What a job there by the Fillmores.
Yeah, bringing up Sherritt.
Ryder Sherritt. His name is going to go down in the Crimson memory bank and history book for that comeback state championship on the football field at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Absolutely.
Last November, Saturday before Thanksgiving, or it was actually a Thursday game, wasn't it? Unbelievable. One of the greatest high school football games I've ever called, bar none.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game. I mean, what a fantastic season as well.
They were already starting, the TV stations were already starting to hand out the awards to Spanish Forks players.
Yeah.
And then here came the Mustangs, and there's a K there by Atkins. So he settled in nicely and gets a strikeout on Ryder Sherritt. No runs on one hit. Nobody left on base, and we've played 2 complete here at the Fieldhouse. No score on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard between Desert Hills and Crimson Cliffs, live here on the Fan Sports Network. Back in a minute.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
Well, some of our top play nominees already got to be some double plays by the middle infield of the Thunder and the Mustangs as Roa Wall will step in and swing and quickly an 0-2 count to Roa. Met Roa for the very first time at Summit Athletic Club. He was lifting weights with his older brother, Bo Wall. And Bo's like, hey, this is my little brother. And I'm like, there's nothing little about your brother. And Bo's a big kid, but Roa is big and strong as well for an underclassman. And a pop-up, and that's a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Roa hitting .381. He's appeared in 11.
Looks like Paulie's got himself a souvenir over there.
Yeah. We'll see how long it takes him to get to that baseball. And 2-2 now the count. Marchant's been looking good. Here is the pitch, and it's swung, and it's driven out to second base. The throw in plenty of time, and there is out number 1. Pretty routine by Park out there. You see Roa, though, just missed that one. You need to elevate that ball a little bit. Just got the top half and an easy 4-3 put out for the Mustang defense here in the top of the third inning. Here is Isaac Swanson, another underclassman. You know, talk about all these seniors that are really good for this Thunder team, but they do have some up-and-comers like Wall and Swanson that are getting, you know, starts like they are tonight with Hagen Reed out tonight. 1-1 the count quickly on Swanson. Swanson's dad is a Taylorsville High School. Of course, if you know anything about the history of baseball in the state of Utah, Taylorsville has some great teams, especially back in the late 80s and all through the 90s. And obviously, Brandon Lyon prepped at Taylorsville, one of the greatest pitchers ever to play here in St. George at the time, Dixie Junior College back in the late 90s, went on to be drafted by the Blue Jays, was moved to the Red Sox, then was traded to the Diamondbacks in the Schilling deal, and Swanson's drawn a walk. In fact, Andy Swanson and Brandon Lyon, really good buddies. Swanson is aboard. First walk given up by Marchant. Hey, for a sophomore making only his second ever varsity start, his command is good, Caden.
He's playing well. He's got good velo. He's got good command, like you had mentioned as well. Again, for this being his first walk, and we're only in the top of the third inning, I mean, it's really not a bad spot to be.
Back to the top of the order, Crew Christensen, 1 for 1, singled to left. And that one missing, ball 1. And here is the pitch, that one high. Smith took a look to see if maybe Swanson was going to wander off the bag, and he didn't, so no throw down there. A good pitcher will pay attention to the runners, but a good catcher, he'll be ready to maybe throw behind a runner if they wander off the bag too far. And swinging another drive into left center field, and this is going to get down all the way into the alleyway, and it's going to be Swanson running around third, and he is going to score. And Desert Hills on a RBI double by Crew Christensen strikes first tonight.
That was exactly what Desert Hills needed to just take the cap off of this game. We've yet to see scoring at all, obviously, so to be able to get a nice RBI double, hey, great way to get on the board first.
And Crew 2 for 2 with the RBI, and now he's a duck on the pond out there at second base for Jace Fillmore. Philly stepping in from the right side. See how Marchant responds. Really, the only 3 hits given up tonight, 2 from Crew Christensen. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that doesn't break, stays high and away, ball 1. Smith gets it back. Takes a look, kind of takes the glove off. Feeling that baseball in his hands, rubbing a little bit. And now toes the mound. Of course, turf, home plate on the bump, and all the way down almost to the third base and first base bag. And the dugouts are turf here, the newest field in Washington County. Newest high school, Crimson Cliffs. Beautiful facility. And just a beautiful night to be at the yard. Is now Smith's got something going on. I don't know if it's equipment or something with the glove. Is he's going to ask for time, and he's going to head to the Mustang dugout. I'm going to kind of watch closely, see if he swaps mitts or something here.
As of right now, the coach is kind of taking a look at it, and it looks like he might have grabbed a second glove just in case. I'm not sure.
And now he's ready to go. Is that a new glove, or did he just fix something? I can't tell.
I think it might be the same one. Looks like he just got it tightened up. Couple of, well, just a singular. Got to have a little test throw down in there.
Yeah. So Fillmore, 2-0 count, will step back in. Thunder on an RBI double by Crew Christensen have a 1-0 lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Marchant Good-looking pitch. Fillmore started to offer at it, froze, and it was a strike anyway.
Yeah, that was a perfect pitch. Good movement, drop down in the zone. It's exactly what you're looking for from your lefty.
Harmon Skeen is on deck here with one out. Top of the third inning. Marchant slowing down a little bit with a runner. Now he's going to wheel and throw out to second. And back in time was CC. Crew Christensen. We got two CCs, Cutter Christensen and Crew Christensen. Not related. One for the Thunder, one for the Mustangs. Maybe it's because I'm first name, last name the same, double D. I love that. And there's a hit through the left side and the throw to home, and they just hosed Christensen. What a beautiful throw from out there in left field. McKay Wright. What a put out, Caden.
Absolutely. I mean, he was coming in hot around third, dove head first for the base. Could not get there. The throw came first. Out number 2, they saved the run from coming across. I think that's probably the more important thing to look at here. They keep it a 1-0 ball game as we head to the next batter up with 2 outs and currently a runner on first.
Highlight reel material there for McKay Wright, who's going to play his football at Snow College in the future after he graduates next month. And that first pitch here to Skeen misses ball 1. Harmon Skeen. Single. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Big run save there by McKay Wright, though. Can't understate how big that throw from left field was to hose Christensen.
I mean, that was a beautiful throw in. That's a tough throw to make.
I wish I had the gun out. I wonder how hard that was coming from left field.
I mean, it was coming in at a line drive. He didn't lob that thing in.
I mean,
here.
that was at least 75 mile an hour, 78 mile an hour coming in from left field. And that one low. Skeen lays off. Ball 2. 2-1 the count here. Top of the third. Thunder leading 1-0. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster. And here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fooled him with the breaking ball.
That was a perfect pitch. We've seen that pitch twice pay off really, really well for him. We've yet to see it as the final strikeout pitch, but we have seen it coming in clutch here.
And fouled off a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. You know, the phenomenon in high school baseball, I'm always interested between your pitching coach, your head coach, your catcher, and your pitcher. How many pitches is the catcher calling versus how many are being called from the dugout? Some coaches believe, hey, these guys, if they're going to go on and play next-level baseball, they need to learn how to call a game. And I know some college coaches still call games from the dugout. And other coaches, it's a 50-50 mix. And Skeen puts a bat on ball, and that one gets through the left side. And now Thunder have a little 2-out rally opportunity with runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, this is a big spot for the Thunder to be in right now. I mean, as you mentioned, yes, they're looking at 2 runners on base at the moment with Wilson coming up to the plate as well. And he's a solid hitter. He can get himself on base as well. But right now, I think if you're Marchant, you just gotta settle on in. You're pitching a really solid game up to this point. Trust your fielders, pitch to contact, try to get it done with 2 outs.
Yeah, solid hitter to say the least. Willie hitting 5-11 right now on the season. But look, he's finally healthy. I know Andrew really well. Got to know him, great young man. I mean, he just hasn't been healthy the last couple of years. He's been playing through pain and doing what he can. But now he's fully healthy after the couple off-season surgeries, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. And so he's playing pain-free, and that's a big deal for anybody that's played the game of baseball. Or anybody that's tried to play pickleball with pain, or golf with pain, or football with pain. It's hard.
Yeah, it's never easy to play through the pain, and finally seeing him healthy, it's obviously paying off when you're batting 5-11.
And his dad, Brian, was a great player. Played at Dixie here in town. Certainly a baseball family. Andrew Wilson is an Angels fan like you, Caden.
Yeah, they're my number 2 team.
Oh, they're 2?
Yeah, Cubbies are my number 1.
Gotcha.
Angels are more of
West Coast.
It's more of a convenience.
AL versus
else,
NL. You got to have one in both leagues.
I got an AL team that's travelable, and then I got my real love, which is Chicago Cubs. I've had people ask me, how do you become a Cubs fan? And I say, that's the only channel I had on TV growing up. What do you expect? And that's just what I could watch was Cub games.
Well, I got a story on my teams, but I'll hold it. This is a big pitch. 2-1 pitch, high and tight. Wilson ducks back, and it's 3-1. My dad was a big Braves fan because he went to BYU back in the day, and Dale Murphy, obviously. A lot of Utah fans rooted for the Braves because of Dale Murphy.
Dale Murphy, a friend of the station as well. We've had him on our show before.
Well, a lot of Cub fans because of Ryan Sandberg, who's got ties to the state as well. So, well, back in the older days, I mean, a lot of people were the big market fans. Like in the Midwest, you could get a Yankees game. You could get Vince Scully in a Dodgers game on some big AM flamethrowers. So you have a lot of those big market teams that had a lot of media coverage. And now everybody's got their own TV station, their own app, and there's a walk given up, and now the bases are full, and now the sophomore, Cole Marchant's in a little bit of trouble. He's scattered some hits. He's given up 5 hits, but only the 1 run. But with 2 outs here, he's going to have to go after the sophomore on sophomore here. Briggs Fillmore will step in.
It looks like there's going to be a little bit of a meeting on the mound as well, as they just want to make sure to settle down the sophomore real quick with 2 outs. Again, 2 outs. Yes, you've got players on every base, ducks on all the ponds, right? But you also can look at it as you'll have a force out on every base. So however you want to look at it, I'm sure this is just a quick conversation.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any thought of going to get him, but certainly want to go over this sequence and be on the same page on what pitches you want to go to here. You look at Marchant, ERA 0. He's made 3 appearances, which is obviously good stuff for the sophomore.
Yeah.
11 strikeouts coming into tonight. He had only given up 3 hits and 1 run. And, of course, big performance against Hurricane, and he's only pitched 8 innings. And meeting on the mound, timeout, brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. Get a free quote on your home, auto, or life insurance. Best of Southern Utah winner, Luke Udy. See how much he can save you today. I know insurance last year has kind of been rising and rising. Not a bad idea to give Luke a call and give you a free quote, quick and easy, and see if you can save some money. All right, pitch to Fillmore. Briggs Fillmore, high step set back out of the way, and that one inside, ball 1. Nowhere to put him. Bags are full of Thunder players here. In the top of inning number 3. Marchant, there's a good pitch for a called strike 1 at the knees.
That's the one he's got to keep going to here. Is he's really got a good fastball, good command on that, and a good changeup as well. And usually this is the point that we start to see the changeup as well, is usually on a 1-strike count.
Chopper, and this is going to bounce fair, stay fair. The throw to first is not in time. He pulled his foot off the bag.
But I think they're calling it a dead ball because it bounced off the plate.
Oh, it bounced off the plate. I was going to say it certainly bounced fair. Maybe we get another shot of that. I don't think we got that. But, it definitely landed in fair territory. But I wasn't watching closely, but they are going to call that a dead ball. And they're going to move everybody back.
If the umpire's saying maybe it bounced off of, whether it bounced off the foot or bounced off the plate, I'm not sure. But basically, consider it a foul ball and we move on.
That's crazy. So the count will stay at 1-2. The umpire having a little conversation, was taking a long look. Somebody saying something in the Crimson dugout. I think Crimson catches a break there. I mean, they signaled safe at first base. That would have been a 2-0 lead. Instead, Fillmore back at the plate. But Marchant behind in the count. Or ahead in the count, 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Fillmore, chopper back up the middle, and that's going to get through. 1 run will score. And they'll stop the runner at third, and it is a 2-0 lead for the Thunder on a Briggs Fillmore RBI single.
Now for Desert Hills again, you got bases loaded situation here. And just being able to take one up the middle, we've seen a play like this multiple times where they are able to get a hit right through the gap up the middle. And in this case, not much Crimson can do about that.
Here is Jax Tolman.
I will say for Crimson on that, just be glad that it was only one run that scored there. A good hit out in the outfield could have scored 3.
Tolman, he's swinging a hot bat for Coach Kevin Cave. And he's hitting north of 400 coming into tonight, taking that first pitch for ball 1. Tolman hitting 441 on the button coming into the game tonight. Swing, and that one going to be a foul ball. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball down the first baseline. And the count evens up at 1-1. Bases loaded, 2-0 Thunder. Both runs coming here in the top of the third inning. Thunder 2 runs on 6 hits. Mustangs, no runs yet on 2 hits. And Marchant trying to work out a little trouble here, and he gets a pop-up, and it's going to be Smith looking for it. He can't see it. It lands fair, but it's going to spin foul. That's a break there because he lost that one in the lights here tonight.
He did, and I mean, a lot of times I call that an elevator shaft anytime they're popping it straight up, and that was about as straight of an elevator shaft as I've seen. That almost landed right back on home plate.
It did land fair, but because of the backspin there, it easily spun foul. And now, 1-2 the count to Tolman. Again, bases loaded. Thunder really got a chance to break things open with a hit here. And instead, Marchant says strike down the middle. That's a backwards K as Tolman goes down looking. That is strikeout number 2 on the game, and that was a big pitch right there, Caden.
That was a big pitch, and now they head into the bottom of the third, only allowing 2 runs in an inning where they had the bases loaded twice.
3 left on base there, and they only get 1. But Desert Hills has the lead 2-0 when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Bottom of the third inning. Welcome back here on the Fan Sports Network. Coverage presented by the Boulevard, making your house more like home for over 50 years. Bird will be the leadoff batter here. What a huge, huge final out there with the bases loaded to keep the Thunder lead at just 2-0. And now Hoyt Atkin will go back to work. First pitch, a foul for strike 1 to Bird.
Yeah, backs against the wall on both sides, really. 2 outs, bases loaded. And this is a chopper that goes fair right over the third baseman's head. Good piece of hitting, and leadoff man is aboard. The DH Jackson Bird with a leadoff single. And it felt like, the Thunder had all the momentum, and now all of a sudden Crimson trying to grab some of that momentum back. Well, and that's what happens, right? You leave 3 on base, you get your third out, only allowing 2, and now your leadoff hitter's on first base. Crimson is definitely feeling more momentum for sure.
Brecken Park will step in. Park, the senior, hitting 250 on the button. He's going to try to bunt, but he bunts it foul, strike 1. Almost kind of that running bunt attempt.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the box and go, and just couldn't square it up. See if he tries to bunt here as well. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the rematch from last Friday night's game, which featured 19 hits and 21 runs. A come from behind 11-10 victory for Desert Hills. Crimson would love to get a little revenge tonight at home. But right now, the Thunder with a 2-0 lead. And that one missing inside, ball one. I don't think he was trying to bunt there.
I don't think you need to in that situation right now. And I get it. You maybe want to go for a sack bunt with no outs and move your runner over.
Well, you try to
scoring
surprise him maybe on that first pitch. Let's see if he shows bunt here. He
think
does.
He is.
And he does put it in play. And he does his job. That's going to be a sack bunt, moving the runner out there to second base. Nice job with the bat by Brecken Park.
Yeah, this is just classic small ball baseball, right? It's just a matter of get runners in scoring position, get to a spot in the lineup where you can get some bats on ball. And you got top of the lineup with MacArthur right now. So this is exactly what Crimson Cliffs was looking for. Your leadoff hitter that started the game for you up to bat with a runner on second.
MacArthur swinging a nice 378 clip here coming into tonight. Lefty on lefty. And breaking ball breaks back over the top of the K zone for called strike one.
Great pitch. I love when you see a solid breaking ball like that finds its home across the plate, and especially from a lefty, there's something about it that just looks clean.
And that wasn't like the big old 12-6 drop sweeper. That one still had a little velo on it.
Yeah.
That looked like maybe a slider that slid outside the zone. Ball one. 1-1 the count here on Jason MacArthur. Had a great season last year. Unfortunately, Crimson bowed out to Park City in the state championships. They'd love to get down to Brucehurst Field. That's where the state championships be. It's fun to have the state championships down south this spring.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been 3 years since we've had them here, right? So,
at least, I think it's been 4.
It's been 4. You're correct. Slick last year.
Yep. UVU the year before that. Swing and a miss. And MacArthur goes down, strike 3 swinging.
Yeah, we had a mix of BYU and UVU a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Center fielder, number 15, Jackson Whitworth.
They try to go like central, northern, southern, but it's not a true rotation some years. Sometimes it depends on, these college stadiums' baseball schedule. When are they away? When are they home? And that one outside. 1-0 the count here on Jackson Whitworth, the center fielder. 1 for 1.
Now my question is, now that the Salt Lake Bees have moved over to their brand new stadium, does that leave Smith Ballpark open for more events that could potentially be a host?
Interesting question. I don't know the answer to that. Well, I guess we'll find out in the years to come.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great spot to be. I went to a Bees game last summer up there, and Smith Ballpark is still a beautiful spot. I mean, great backdrop, and I know that the University of Utah still uses it as their home field, so definitely a good spot.
Atkin, the 2-0 pitch, that one missing down and away, and it's 3-0 here on Whitworth.
Reminiscent of the top of the third inning where, some batters start to get walked here with 2 outs and 1 run on. Trying to not do that here with the 3-0.
And Atkin going to go right down Broadway on a 3-0. Whitworth was taking the whole way, and Atkin finds the zone.
And that's what you expect on a 3-0. Just go fastball up the middle, keep it alive, extend it out to that 3-1 count.
Atkins still taking a look at that runner out there at second, missing, walked him. I didn't love that Atkins took a quick glance and then went. It didn't look like he was quite ready to fire a strike like he did the previous pitch. And so now you've got runners on first and second, 2 outs for Mr. McKay Wright.
I am a fan of a pitcher pitching in rhythm, but sometimes, like you mentioned, if you can tell you're out of rhythm, it's okay to step off the back of the mound and reset yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
McKay grounded back to Atkin, who flipped it over to first. So he's 0 for 1 tonight. But McKay on the season, leading the Mustangs, team-high batting average, hitting a .422 clip on the year. Finally a senior. We've been calling McKay's Wright's name
for a long time.
Yep. He was helping this baseball team to a state championship his sophomore year. Of course, going back-to-back on the football field for Coach Wayne.
Yeah.
Alofa. What a program they built here.
Yeah, I mean,
the Crimson golf team's been great. The girls golf team is fantastic, and they're a favorite to win state. The boys golf team won a couple in a row there with Lincoln Markham, Boston Bracken and company. Baseball's got a couple. Football team's got a couple. They're stacking state championships since they opened up the new school here.
Well, and it's always so hard. Think of those first few years when the school opened. You know, it takes a while to build programs up to be competitive, and you know, it took them maybe 2 years of trying to get their feet wet, and now they've just been racking in some state championships. They got a strike out there.
Oh, McKay Wright, he brushed it back. He thought it was inside, but they ring him up. There's strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4 for Hoyt Atkin, and they strand 2. So can't chip away. It's a 2-0 lead for Desert Hills over Crimson on our Wilkinson scoreboard. Be right back on the Fan Sports Network.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Wait a minute. Welcome back here. Boulevard Home presenting high school baseball on the Fan Sports Network. I want to thank some of our other great sponsors helping out tonight as well. They've been with us all season long. Folks like Finley Subaru. Go see the all-star lineup on the Savings side of the freeway. By the way, Finley Subaru on Good Friday, which is April 18th, they're doing a Easter egg hunt for kids all the way up to, I think it's 10, 11 years old. And they got 3 age groups. They're going to put thousands of eggs on the lot. And you're not going to want to miss that. So mark your calendar for 10 a.m. on the 18th of April at Finley Subaru and Finley Kia. Those two lots will hold the Easter egg hunts. Kind of a fun community-wide event you're invited to.
They do the Easter egg hunts. They do the trunk or treating as well.
That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wonder if Curtis Whitehead, the general manager of Finley Subaru, or Dave Listle, the general manager of Finley Kia, will dress up like the Easter Bunny. I'm not sure. Swinging a miss by Stokely Tate. And count now 2-2. Both these starting pitchers have done a nice job keeping this a lower run. And go back to our Everbowl keys to the game, pitching. That was one of the keys. And there's another K. We're starting to rack up some Ks both ways as Mark Chant gets Tate to go down swinging.
And, you know, he already technically threw 3, he tipped one away, and so he stayed alive on the at-bat right there, right? And got him with the last one. And was able to keep the ball count low, too, as well, right? Wasn't able to work at the 3 balls, which is good, as this first one comes across for strike 1.
4th K of the night.
He's now pitched 5 strikes in a row.
And strikeouts tonight brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. The journey for your kid's sports career starts playing youth sports through the City of St. George Recreation Department. Learn more at sgcityrec.org and get your kids signed up. They got a ton of activities. There's a good charge in that one, but it's going to be caught. It didn't go. I don't think he hit it as well as I thought, and Roa Wall flies out to center field.
And that was, again, just one of those that's hit right to the center fielder, and it's one of those where you're just begging for some wind to try to blow it away. But you know what? On a night like tonight, we don't have wind at all here in southern Utah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for some ball and stick. 2-0 Thunder with 2 down. And Mustangs enter this game 10-5. 16-1 for the Thunder entering tonight's matchup after winning Friday in the first of the home-and-home series with these two schools that are only separated by what? Maybe 4 miles, 4.5 miles? And that was going to be a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Yeah, I don't think it's more than 4.5 miles. I'm curious now. I'm gonna check on that.
I'll tell you this: it's not more than a 10-minute drive, so it's
3.6 miles from right here to Desert Hills High School. So
well, there you go.
And look, you look at how these schools were, kind of created, the boundaries, and a lot of siblings that maybe played at Desert Hills are now playing at Crimson. The way the boundaries were redrawn, and obviously Pineview lost some kids to Crimson too. And there's a walk, and for the second time tonight.
And we're getting
Swanson's on board via the walk.
We're getting close to that point in the history of this school being around that not too many of those left where you have family members that went to one that are now going to another. And, Crimson Cliffs has been around now for, 6 years or so? So it's, this school's definitely got some history already with how little it's been open for. I mean, it's definitely, as we mentioned earlier, raking in the state championships and whatnot.
No question. And, this is two really proud baseball programs. I know one's been around a lot longer, but before Crimson Cliffs, Desert Hills was the new school around southern Utah.
Well, and they were the ones out there bringing in all of the talent as we got ourselves a pitching change coming our way.
That'll be it, but pretty good job for Cole Marchant, the sophomore. Final line gives up 2 runs on 6 hits. All were earned with 4 strikeouts tonight. So that is the line. And we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher. Thunder lead the Mustangs 2-0 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, The Ring, Jersey Mike's, and Coral Canyon Golf Course.
Quinn Chesnick is in to pitch and did a quick stat search here, and I don't have him down for any varsity statistics. Probably pitching some JV, but Quinn is, I think, making his first varsity appearance here, and he enters the game, and his team is down 2-0 here in the top of inning number 4. So don't have a lot to talk about there, but we'll get to know him real quick, won't we, Caden?
Yeah, we definitely will. We're going to have batters coming up in just a moment, but I always like seeing some of these kids that are coming up to the mound that maybe haven't seen the varsity time as much, because you really get a good grasp of who you can take into the playoffs when you go through that gauntlet of game after game after game, and you got to go deep into a bullpen. Who do you got that's going to step up when the time is right and in high-stress situations? It could be the playoffs, right? You're going to need some of these guys as, as a depth piece. So it's nice to see these younger guys in.
And 72 pitches, but Crew Christensen, the leadoff guy, this is the third time facing Crew, and Marchant, 2 of the 6 hits he gave up were to Crew Christensen. And so maybe the timeliness had something to do with Crew seeing Marchant really well, and quickly 0-1 to Crew Christensen with nobody on and 2 outs. With 1 on and 2 outs here in the 4th. Thunder up 2-0. By the way, the rink, skatetherink.com. Summer punch passes will go on sale soon, but always a ton of fun. Get over there and skate the rink. Region 9 update. Earlier today, Dixie blew past Cedar. That was an afternoon game up in Cedar City. They flip-flopped because of the weather last week, and MacArthur for Dixie belted a 2-run homer in the fourth, added another RB on a single in the fifth inning where the Flyers scored at least 6 runs and had a 9-0 lead. They went on to win 14-1. So big win there for the Flyers against the Reds because the Reds were 4-1 going into that game earlier today.
Yeah, the Reds have been playing really good baseball this year. You know, they had a big win over Pineview earlier. They've just been a phenomenal program over the course of the last few weeks.
By the way, the other game going on right now, Hurricane leading Snow Canyon 4-0 over at Warrior Field. So Hurricane up 4-0. Dixie's already won. Right now here, Crew Christensen facing a 1-1 count with 1 on and 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning with the Thunder leading by a score of 2-0 and a swing on a big cut, and he couldn't find the baseball.
Yeah, swung at that one high.
So Quinn Chesnick, 2-2 count. Crew Christensen, who's already 2 for 2 tonight, with an RBI. He got hosed trying to score from second on a hit to left field by Fillmore back in the third inning on a beautiful throw from McKay Wright, probably our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game top play nominee so far to this point, at least defensively. Although we do have 2 double plays, one turned by both teams tonight. Christensen in the box just waiting. Chesnick taking a long time here. Now he's ready. Comes to the plate, and it's a chopper and another Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. And the count will stay 2-2.
Yeah, deuce is wild here, right? You got count of 2-2, 2 outs. 2 runs scored for Desert Hills, but none in this inning so far. Trying to get this 2-out rally to roll here.
He's swinging a miss, and he got him. So Chesnick comes in and gets out number 3. And for the first time tonight, Crew Christensen is out with the strikeout. And that'll do it through 3.5. Still 2-0 on our Wilkinson scoreboard. Thunder leading the Mustangs. When we come back here on the Fan Sports Network, Cutter Christensen, Austin Smith, and Josh Gray do up in the inning for Coach Justin Abbott and the Mustangs.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Hey, welcome back here on the Fan Sports Network. Coming at you on the simulcast tonight, presented by The Boulevard. I'm Devin Dixon alongside Caden Formaster. We're streaming tonight. If you're listening on radio, you're getting home on your Tuesday night. You want to watch this game? It's Cutter Christensen puts a charge in this baseball to left field, fly away. Run. He cuts the lead in half. Cutter Christensen cut that baseball in 2, and it went yard.
Wow. What a swing coming out of the break there. We got the very first swing of the bat as we watch that one fly across and he's rounding the bases. What a good spot to be in if you're Crimson Cliffs. You've got all the momentum, no outs, and you just slice the lead in half. 2-1 here, Thunder lead.
What about that? That's, you know, sometimes the best pitch you'll see is the first pitch of a sequence, and he jumped all over that one and made Atkin pay. And now we'll see if that gives a little life to this Mustang offense. Is Austin Smith 1 for 1 tonight. Singled, but then it was that 5-4-3 double play where Briggs Fillmore threw it over to Jace at second and then on to first to barely get the double play. Smith was on first, and so they couldn't do anything with that hit earlier.
Well, that Mustang dugout, they're fired up. I can hear them all the way up here in the booth. They are rowdy and they're ready.
Want to hear some chatter at the park? You're hearing it right now. And this is a high pop-up. Going to stay in the field of play. Out there in the left field, and that one is caught by the Thunder and the left fielder. Nice job camping underneath that one. Sometimes those are the scary ones when they hang. So that was 150 feet high.
You know, on a night like tonight, it's a little more predictable. Again, we've talked about the weather, not really windy at all. But on a night like we had on Friday night, I agree with you on that. Those can be really, really dangerous.
Yeah,
if
tougher
you
in the
lose
wind.
it a little bit
Tougher in
and
the
the
wind.
wind starts pushing it around, you might. And if you lose it above the lights too, we've seen that before. That's a tough play to make.
Jax Tolman, though, he was starting as a freshman. He's been playing baseball his whole life. He handled that one rather routinely.
Yeah.
And good job by Atkin to kind of settle in and get that out. After giving up a home run, that next at bat can always be a little more stressful.
Sure. But now, again, I feel like the playing field's evened off a little bit now.
It's like golf. When you don't hit a fairway and you hit it in the woods, the next tee shot with the same club, it's a little more stressful. It can be like that for a pitcher after giving up a home run. And now Atkin a little wild there. Wilson could not get to that baseball. Went over his head for ball one.
Almost threw the ball back to himself, rolled all the way back halfway to the mound.
Atkin, let's see here. I want to check how many pitches he's thrown so far tonight. And that one's popped up, but it's going to get out of play and foul right in front of us. Right in front of us here.
Right on the net.
Atkin's kind of been just cruising right now. Only his 43rd pitch of the game. Pretty efficient here as we're in the bottom of the fourth inning.
And it's another big cut and a miss there, 1-2 count. But, I mean, think about it. We're only, hour and 10 minutes into this game, already bottom of the fourth. They've been kind of cooking through this game at this point. Low-scoring game, of course, 2-1.
Here's the pitch on a 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss, and he got him. He chased something down and away, and Josh Gray strikes out. Strikeout number 5 for Hoyt Atkins.
You start the inning, first pitch, home run. And at this point now, you've gone 2 straight outs. So I feel like the bounce back for Desert Hills has looked really good as Ryder Sherritt comes up to the plate.
Ryder was one of those victims of a Hoyt Atkins strikeout back in the second inning. Takes ball 1. Atkins speeding back up here with nobody on base. Here's pitch 2 of the sequence, and it's fouled straight back. A Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Nice thing about Fabulous Freddy's, you get a full-service car wash, and then you get a save at the pump.
Hey, any place you can get gas, a car wash, a sandwich, and some Dippin' Dots all in one.
Maybe some splash drinks or those famous pink cookies. Of course, they got the Ike's Sandwich Shop
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
Bluff Street location. Ike's is, I got to go. I haven't been over there for a couple months.
You talk
I got to
about
get
a
over there.
one-stop shop. I mean, that's definitely your place. Dinner, dessert, clean car.
And for baseball fans, a lot of their sandwiches are named after baseball players.
Yeah,
or
a lot of
or famous athletes.
Yeah, sports references over there.
And a lot of them coming from the Bay Area where Ike's was started. And that one's a chopper foul. So the count now 2-2.
One of my favorite sandwiches they have over there is one of your guys, a Marshawn Lynch.
The Marshawn Lynch.
That's one of my favorite sandwiches they've got at Ike's.
Yep, I've had that one. I've had the Matt Cain. I've had the Madison Baumgartner. A lot of Giants on that list.
Giants.
Yeah. The Steph Curry I have not had. And there's a blooper. It's going to be in a foul territory, giving chase coming in from first base. Christensen can't get to it. Or excuse me, that's Skeen at first base. My mistake. And the count will stay at 2-2 here on Ryder Sherritt.
Yeah, 2 outs, 2-2 count, nobody on.
Atkin ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sherritt down on strikes.
And we've seen a lot of strikeouts to close out the innings.
Another Honolulu strikeout, and we played 4 complete. One big run, though, off the bat of Cutter Christensen to cut the lead in half. Desert Hills leading 2-1 on the Wilkinson scoreboard, live on the Fan Sports Network.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
We went to Pinehurst with us. Hey, welcome back, everybody, on a Tuesday night, bringing you some Region 9 baseball. How about that national championship game last night? We had that on the Fan Sports Network. Hope you caught it if you're out and about. What a great game with Florida coming back.
Anytime you have a game that it comes down to the wire, a 2-point win for Florida as well on the comeback against Houston. Fantastic game that we were broadcasting here on the Fan.
65-63. I had Florida and I had Houston in the championship, and I actually predicted Florida correctly. But, man, I did not think for most of that night I was going to be right. I got to give a shout-out to Cade. Cade was the winner of our Fan Sports Network Bracket Challenge, the winner of $995. We're going to get him a big old giant-sized check and deliver that here later this week. We've got some other prizes for him as well. And it came down to the tiebreaker on total points.
And who won the Fan Challenge?
Dalton Smith. Actually wins a Traeger grill, compliments of Sunrise Tire. Dalton Smith won it. He had the Florida Gators, and they took him to the title.
Gotta love when you draw those one seeds, huh?
Yeah, that was beneficial this year. You got to the Final Four. You got a nice little prize package, and we'll have all those prizes later in the week, and we'll get a text and or email out to all our great listeners that were part of not one but two fun promotions. If you're looking for another fun promotion, a car giveaway at Finley Hyundai right now. You and I on the morning and the afternoon show, we're going to take a few qualifiers for that over the next couple weeks. They're going to give that away on April 26th. You can also stop by and enter at the new Hyundai location off exit 13. Hot shot to short, but MacArthur airmailed it, and Fillmore is safe. E6 on the throw right there is how I will score that one. Pretty easy to score.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was a hot shot. He caught it right in the pocket as well. I mean, that's a tough one to field, but he fielded it well. It was just a throw that was off the mark. Lets a runner end up on first, as you mentioned, with the E6.
Yeah, and they've called it an error on Game Changer, so they agree with us. That was pretty easy. I think it slipped out of his hand a little bit, trying to put some heat on that throw. Fillmore is quick getting down the line and out of the box.
Well, I think it's tough. Anytime you got a ball that's hopping at you with that much velocity, that much speed, and it's a little maybe shocking and jarring at first, and you got to regroup, recalibrate, make that throw to first. It's not always easy.
So here is Skeen, 1-0 pitch, and a throw behind Fillmore down at first.
I got to say, that was a beautiful back pick. The runner wasn't as far off the bag as maybe the catcher would have liked, but as far as placement goes and speed, he got up and shot it down there quick.
Here comes the pitch from Chesnick. And a hit out to left, chasing it, and it's going to get over the left fielder's head. McKay Wright goes back, grabs it on a hop or two off the wall. Fillmore's going to put on the brakes, standing at third, and it's a double for Harmon Skeen.
That's a great hit for Skeen. Just a solid line drive into left to be able to get on base onto the second base. Again, watch it. Here's the throw comes in, but not before runners have advanced. And just a great spot to be for Desert Hills again, because now you got two runners in scoring position. You already hold on to this 2-1 lead, and we're late in the game. It's top of the fifth. They have very few chances left of trying to continue to get runs on the board, so this is a good spot to be in. No outs, two runners in scoring position.
Big time bat there. You can see the power that Skeen has as he put a charge in that one. And I wonder what the velo off the bat was there. That was coming off hot.
It was.
These high school kids aren't using the Yankees torpedo bats, are they? What do they do with the torpedo bats? You know the technology, they move more of the weight to the center of the bat?
Yeah, so traditionally the barrel's, pretty straight, more of the weight at the end of the bat. They're putting more weight closer towards the handle. Supposedly you can get the bat around faster and it hits the sweet spot for certain batters.
Chesnick with a good bender that caught the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Now, I will say there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Aaron Judge does not use the torpedo bat.
Oh, he's not?
No, he does not. Other players do. Jazz Chisholm, for example.
Ellie De La Cruz is using it, I heard.
Ellie's using it on the Reds.
Didn't he go 5 for 5 in a game last week or something?
I would not be surprised if he did.
I was on a golf trip, so I was only half paying attention. Too busy looking for my ball in the woods at Pinehurst. 1-1 after that one missing. Here's Andrew Wilson hitting over 500, but looking for his first hit of the game tonight. He walked and struck out. So 0 for 1 officially, and he takes ball 2. 2-1. Runners on the pond here for Wilson. He's already got 33 RBIs through, 16 games for the Thunder, is it? Just one loss for D. Hills, and that was to Dixie and Jake Andres. 17 games. He's got 33 ribbies. And that one framed up by Smith, but doesn't get the call. They say just outside, and it's 3-1. Good eye by Willie.
And being that he's a lefty, if he can pull this one into right center, great opportunity to score 2 runs for Desert Hills if possible. But right now facing a batter's count of 3-1.
And ball 4. Wilson is aboard via the walk, and now the bases are loaded for Briggs Fillmore, who has an RBI single and lined out to right. He's 1 for 2. Got a rink update for you. Vegas Golden Knights in Colorado. Nationally televised game. Braden McNabb just scored. Knights lead the Avalanche 2-0.
Knights doing well. They're going to be trying to make some noise in the playoffs coming up.
Probably going to be facing it's not official yet, but probably going to be facing the St. Louis Blues, who I think they've won 11 or 12 in a row.
St. Louis just gets hot at the right time. They did the same thing last year, didn't they?
I think everybody's scared of the Caps and Ovi in the East, and probably people will feel Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Edmonton, but Dallas Stars are a team to keep an eye on. That's who bounced the Knights out of the playoffs last year.
That's right. Another meeting on the mound here as well, again with bases loaded and no outs. So they've definitely want to make sure that they've got the right guy in, so they're going to do a quick pitching change, and so we will we'll wait on that.
Quick update, still 4-0. Another rink Region 9 update. Hurricane Tigers leading Snow Canyon 4-0 in the middle of the 5th. So Tigers looking for a huge Region 9 win over the defending state champs on their home field. And looking pretty good, but you never know when the bats will come alive. Raditz, 74 pitches tonight, has gone the distance for Hurricane, so he's got a shutout going. And the new pitcher here, it's Jackson Whitwer, so he's going to come in to pitch, and they'll have to shuffle, and we'll get you all the changes when we come back. Quick break, Whitwer into pitch, 2-1, Thunder leading the Mustangs here on the Fan.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Jason Whitwer into pitch against Briggs Fillmore. So they've moved him from center field. Anderson is now in center field for the Mustangs defensively. And the first pitch outside, ball one. Nowhere to put Briggs Fillmore. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI tonight already. And Jackson Whitwer into pitch. Not Jason, my mistake. And that one fouled straight back of Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Whitwer, the numbers on him so far this year, he's seen some work. The senior, 2.47 ERA, 1-0 the record. And Whitwer, he's only pitched 5 2/3, giving up just 3 runs on 4 hits, and he struck out 7. So he's got some velo. And now 2-1 after that one missed. See Fillmore be patient here, Caden, with the bases loaded. Doesn't want to swing and chase anything off the plate.
He's done well so far, sitting with a 2-1 count at the moment.
Briggsy right up the middle, and that's going to be an RBI hit. 1 run will score, and everybody will put on the brakes. He hit it so hard, couldn't score more than 1 run, but it's 3-1 Thunder after that good piece of hitting.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for in a bases-loaded situation, is just get the ball somewhere in play where the ball can land well and you can avoid getting outs at any base. Because that's the thing, bases loaded. You can get an out at any base. He did exactly what he needed to just get it into the outfield.
So Fillmore comes around to score. He reached on that error. And Willie then walked, and Fillmore with an RBI, his second one of the night. So how about the sophomore Briggs Fillmore coming up big, and he scored his older brother. Jace Fillmore came in to score on that play.
Yeah, bases remain loaded here, 1-0 count.
Kind of fun to play with your brother a couple years of high school. They're 2 years apart, and 12th grader and a 10th grader.
The only time I ever played any sports with any of my brothers was Little League. I played with my older brother Brayton, and we played Little League baseball together for a few years, which was pretty fun. And I don't know, there's something about playing baseball with your brother on your team that's kind of fun and refreshing.
I was a senior. My brother was 8th grade, so we missed each other. And there's a shot out there into the left center field gap. It's going to get to the wall. And a big swing of the bat by Jax Tolman. And here comes the second run, the third run, and it's a base-clearing 3 RBI double by Jax Tolman.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered for Desert Hills. They're looking to extend this lead out. And that is exactly what they did here. The throw into the plate was just off the mark as they slides in coming around from first. I got to say, I know you couldn't see it on the stream, but whoever that was over on first, that was Briggs. Briggs was cooking. He was rocking around the bases. He was only maybe about 5 yards behind the runner on second as he was rounding third and headed for home.
3 RBI double by Tolman has broke this game open a little bit. 6-1 Thunder as Stokely Tate takes a big cut, comes up empty. Tolman swinging a hot bat like his teammates. We told you that Desert Hills came in 367 as a team, and Tolman was hitting 441, which is, I think, 3rd best batting average on the season behind Wilson and Reed. Hagen Reed not playing tonight after being hit by a pitch last Friday night.
Yeah, you were saying that you bumped into him downstairs before the
Both
game.
eyes
He's looking a little worse for wear, huh?
Yeah. And now the official maybe giving a warning to the dugout over there or something.
I'm sure they're feeling a little rowdy after that. I mean, a base-clearing double is something to be excited about, but you do have to be careful out there in the dugout. Still got to have some sportsmanship.
1-1 pitch. Tate's going to lay down a bunt, and he is going to reach. He is going to reach. Jackson Whitworth just couldn't quite palm it cleanly, and that was enough time for the speedy Stokely Tate to reach. I probably score that a bunt single. What do you think, Caden?
Oh, man, that's tough because he only bobbled it for just a moment. I'm not sure if they're going to officially score that an error or not. They think they probably will.
Yeah, they did score that in error. I think by him just not palming it the first time.
You kind of have to score an error on that. You got to fill
I can
that
understand
cleanly.
that. That's why I was kind of asking you for some help because I could see it either way.
Big cut for strike one.
So Tate reaches on an E1, and we'll call it. And on that play, Tolman got down there to third. So runners on the corner. Still nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Big cut by Roa Wall, and he comes up empty, 0-2.
This is a great spot to be in if you're Whitworth facing a good pitcher's count here of 0-2. So you can be a little bit more crafty with what you're going to throw here on pitch number 3 to Wall.
Swing and a miss, and Wall goes down. There's a strikeout for Whitworth.
Anytime you get a 3-pitch strikeout, you got to feel good about that one, and hopefully that settles Whitworth down a little bit. I mean, he did allow those runs to come across. To be fair, not all of them will go against his ERA, but still, you got to be feeling for that moment where you let those 3 runs go.
Yeah,
getting a good strikeout off of 3 pitches has to feel really well too.
The error there, you're right. So one of those runs was unearned. And there's another bunt. This one laid down, and a beautiful bunt by Swanson. But, the pinch runner there.
He was waiting for it to
go
foul. I don't know why you don't just take off running. You just got to go.
Whoopsie, little base running error there, and there's out number 2.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if it goes foul. If it goes foul, you get a free trot back over to first. You just got to go running.
Yep, just a little bit of a mistake there.
But heads up.
Was that Stokely Tate or did they pinch run for Tate?
I think
it was
Tate. Pinch run. That might have been.
I think it was Tate.
But heads up play by Smith, though, to see that happening. He's looking for the play at first, but he sees the play as this one bounces off the chest. He might have the throw to first. No.
Well, and Swanson started to go and then decided otherwise as Smith got to that ball coming forward towards the pitcher's mound. And so Swanson decides not to go. They're going to call that a fielder's choice on that last play. I don't know how it's just score that, though.
Right.
And a Christensen big cut high into the air. This is going to stay in the yard, though. McKay Wright has a beat on it, and he catches it out in left field. So that'll do it, but not before a big inning. 4 runs on 3 hits, and the Thunder have opened up a 7-1 lead here. 5 runs. 5 runs come across in the inning, and 7-1 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 5th. When we come back, Mustangs need to rattle the bats. We're live on the Fan Sports Network, presented by the Boulevard.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we go, 7-1, and I was thrown off a little bit, Caden.
You and I both were.
I'll admit on that bunt, I didn't even see the run score. I was watching down the first base line, and I didn't even catch that out of the corner of my eye, and that's why I was wondering why he wasn't running on the Swanson bunt. So Swanson gets credit for the sack bunt RBI that ended up being a RBI really, because they called it a fielder's choice. And that's why 7-1 Thunder now with a 6-run advantage. So we didn't catch that, my mistake. And now Atkin going back to work. Atkin coming into this inning, he threw 50 pitches on the button through 4 innings. And now is quickly thrown 4 pitches here in this inning, and he's now at 54 on the night. And he's got a comfortable 7-1 lead. It's a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch and a called strike at the knees.
Yeah, now facing the 2-2 here. You know, Crimson Cliffs going into this bottom of the 5th inning, they're looking to rally some runs here. They've got to do something, get some runners on base. But as you mentioned, facing off against a pitcher right now that the count is low, and this one's fouled away to stay alive.
Looked like kind of off the handle of the bat there for Park. So 3-2 the count. And that one, chopper, that's going to be foul as well.
What did you just say?
And everybody kind of pauses for a second. Collectively holding the breath. And this is Bird at the plate. Excuse me, I said Park. And Bird is aboard. He's 1 for 1 tonight, and he's aboard again.
Now off the bat, second baseman, number 27, Breck Park.
So here is Brecken Park. I jumped the gun there a little bit. Who was at bat? You need runners at this point in the game, down 7-1, and the leadoff man draws a base on balls. Brecken Park hitting 250 on the year. Takes that first one inside, ball 1.
So this is a spot for Crimson again. You allowed this first runner to get on base, and so many times will they come back around to score, but this one's ripped.
That one is ripped and diving. It's a one-hop stop out there. I don't think he caught it. And so 2 on, nobody out is Brecken Park.
I just missed it on the replay. But
good hit by Park.
Good hit by Park. Great stop as well. I mean, both, good plays.
Risky by Tolman.
It's very risky.
If you back off, you got a little more room. He kind of sold out going forward for it, but caught the short hop.
Yeah.
Nearly caught it off the air, but just touched the ground and bounced into the middle.
But now for Crimson, you've got 2 on, no outs.
Bender, strike 1, 2. Jason MacArthur, lead off, back to the top of the order. 3rd time through here for the Mustangs. See if they can get something going off Hoyt Atkin.
For MacArthur, again, just try to get something into play here and advance these runners.
Swinging a drive, and that's going to get past Fillmore into center field. They'll send the runner. The throw comes home, but it gets away on a throw up the line, and the Mustangs will get an RBI single. I think we'll call that base from first to second there for MacArthur on an E8 on that throw that was up the line. That's a tough throw, though. Atkin looked like he was going to cut it for a second, but didn't.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that for sure. But here's the best part. Now you're looking at Crimson Cliffs with 0 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Whitworth's coming up to the plate here. Little lefty on lefty. And great momentum for the Mustangs.
That one, ball 1.
Just off the mark.
Where was that pitch at?
Still a lot of work left to do. Just because, again, you're facing a deficit of 5 runs. So plenty of work to do here in the bottom of the 5th.
And the pitch by Atkins, chopper, that's going to be foul. One and 1 the count now. 7-2. Desert Hills has a lead over Crimson. Bottom 5th inning. 2 on. And more importantly, nobody out. And you got your number 2 hitter, Jackson Whitwer, at the plate. He'd love to find some green grass in an alleyway right now and swat 2 home.
Takes that one, strike 2, so 1-2 count. Kind of facing an uphill battle.
Slowing down a little bit. Atkin now ready. Here he comes with the pitch. And that one hops
away.
gets away from Wilson. And 1 run will score on a wild pitch. Going to score that a wild pitch, clearly. And Crimson chipping away. It's now a 7-3 Desert Hills lead as Brecken Park comes home. MacArthur's now all of a sudden over there at third base. And here's the pitch, and that one's hit into right field. But Swanson,
he'll tag
right on the line, and that will be a sac fly. So good job there just to get it out in the outfield, and another run scores. And all of a sudden now 7-4. Crimson has 3 in the inning, and that's just out number 1.
Pitch change.
And that might be it for Atkin.
You know, give him his flowers. Give him some credit here into the bottom of the 5th. He's, you know, been able to pitch a really good game, but
67 pitches, gives up 4 runs, 3 earned, 6 hits. If they lift him, they're not going to lift him, though. They're going to stay with him. Pitch count is pretty low, only at 67.
Nah, he could probably go for another 20 to 30 or so at this point.
Atkin will remain in the game. The one thing Desert Hills has is a lot of pitchers.
They do.
I mean, Christensen pitches, Wilson pitches, Wiley pitches. We've seen Roe Wall. We've seen Fillmore. We've seen Skeen. Tolman can throw. Atkin, ERA inflated right now on the season. But he came in with a 2-1 record. In line still to get the win, but this a little dicier now. 7-4 our score as one of the best power hitters. Only 2 home runs for McKay Wright, but plenty of pop in that bat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And McKay quickly works the count, even 1-1, and now he ropes it over second base into right center field. And he's going to dig for second, and he is going to stand up safe as second. How about McKay Wright? And Crimson's coming all of a sudden, folks. Here come the Mustangs.
Yeah, here come the Mustangs indeed. Again, runner in scoring position
and
again
now,
in the bottom of the 5th with only 1 out.
Now they're going to go get Atkin. Now in Desert Hills' defense, Wright was 0 for 2.
Sure.
But it looks like Tolman is going to come in to pitch from left field now. So we got a meeting on the mound. Timeout brought to you by Luke Cutie American Family Insurance. We'll tell you about Tolman's numbers when we come back. On the Wilkinson scoreboard, 7-4. Thunder have the lead over the Mustangs here in the 5th.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
All right, new pitcher Jax Tolman. 3-0 record this year, but ERA probably a little higher than he would like. He comes in with a 5.16 ERA. He's made 6 appearances. Does have 15 strikeouts, but has given up 14 earned runs this year. And the sophomore ready to go to work here. And first pitch to Cutter Christensen. Last time we saw Cutter, he was sending a yard last inning for that solo shot homer.
Hit one oppo. And
Tolman, righty on lefty here. Christensen batting from the left side. By the way, with Tolman coming in from left, they have inserted David Cordero Jr. into left fielder. So he is the new left fielder for Coach Kevin Cave. Of course, we know David Cordero Jr. helped us out and done some stuff with us here on the Fan Sports Network during the football and basketball seasons. We don't get him during baseball season, though.
No.
He loves the game. Big Padres fan.
Yeah. Big San Diego sports fan. Chargers, I know they've moved, but still.
Yep. And stepping off, faking the throw to second was Tolman. Tolman, of course, has helped out. He had that base-clearing 3 RBI double back in that big 5-run top half of this 5th inning. And now he's trying to keep the lead that he helped build. As Crimson has already scored 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And McKay Wright standing out there at second base was still just 1 out. Atkin gives up 4 runs, 7 hits, and he's still going to have to account for, and that one's ripped but twisting foul down the right field line off the bat of Cutter. He was thinking yard again. This one pulled.
He probably hit that one about 300. No, probably not that far. Maybe we're looking at around like 250. It was close. It was right there to the base of the wall in right field. It was pretty far out there.
But twisted foul, had some hook spin on it from the left-handed side. So here is the full count delivery. Christensen fouls it off and lives to see another pitch.
Yeah, as you mentioned, staying alive here with the 3-2 count. Again, runner on second as well. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning here. Desert Hills leading 7-4.
Tolman now has the signal from Wilson behind the dish. Here's the pitch, the payoff pitch. High, ball 4, and Christensen reaches on a walk.
Great position to be in here for the Mustangs as well, as you got another strong power hitter coming up. Austin Smith, a big body, and has a lot of great power on it. So if he can get the bat going, he could maybe send these 2 runners on back in and make this a 1-run ball game.
Austin Smith hitting .323, 1 home run this year, 14 runs batted in. I'll throw it over to second, right, dive safely back to the bag. Again, 7-4 our score. I want to thank some of our great sponsors. Remind everybody we'll be naming some awards at the conclusion of our game. The Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. Our Findlay Subaru Star of the Game, and I don't think we've settled that yet. And our Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. All coming up in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report. That one called Strike at the Knees to Smith. Good bender there from Jackson Tolman. Righty on righty the matchup. 2 on. 3 already have scored here in this big bottom half of the 5th inning for the Mustangs. And a chopper straight back, foul tipped. A Fabulous Freddy's foul ball, and it's 0-2 now the count.
For Desert Hills right now, again, you're facing off a hot Crimson Cliffs team. They've been able to do what they needed to do so far this inning. They're not slowing down with just 1 out. But you're facing a good count at 0-2.
Snow Canyon has chased Radich out of the game as there's a swing and a drive, and that's going to find some green grass over the shortstop. 1 run will round third and come home. And we got runners on the corner still, 1 out. And it's now 7-5.
On the hit from Austin Smith.
I was about to give you a rink Region 9 update. Snow Canyon is retaking the lead over Hurricane 5-4. And as I was trying to do that, Austin Smith said, hey, Devin, pay attention because I'm about to hit an RBI single.
That's exactly right. So one run comes around to score. It's a 2-run game. Listen, tying run right now, standing on first base.
And we got a pinch hitter here.
Now batting, number 5.
Race Bennett.
Race Bennett, the junior, hitting 276 on the season. So Gray getting pinch hit by Bennett. Gray grounded into a double play and struck out. So Coach Abbott saying, let me give somebody else a shot here to see if they could do some damage and keep this momentum rolling for the Stang gang.
Absolutely. Well, that's a big thing with baseball, right? Momentum right now with the umpire doing some of his official business, slowing down the game a little bit. So you got to try to build momentum back up here with the pinch hitter coming into play.
I'm trying to think. I've been watching the Crimson Baseball Instagram account, and they've been doing a lot of like features where a lot of the kids get on the video and the mic and talk about their favorite food or a ritual or a number of things. And I'm trying to think of what Bennett said, and I can't recall off the top of my head, but
Oh, he got him.
and they picked him off at first nearly. That was a good move by Tolman, and Skeen applied the tag, but they say just back in time was, I believe that's Mitchell over there pinch running.
Yeah.
Cutter Christensen is at third. Another snap
Tried
throw.
for it again. Did we catch it on the replay? I want to see. Oh, he was close. He was back safely, though.
And that's
He
what
was close. And that was the first one.
Do they send him here? No. Swing and a miss by Bennett. And it's now 0-2 the count here. Still just one out. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Desert Hills dropped 5 in the top half, and Crimson has answered with 4 to cut it back down to a 2-run game. And they got the tying run standing at first, and they got the go-ahead run at the plate here in the pinch hitter, Race Bennett. And he fouls that one back, a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball.
Staying alive there. I mean, he's definitely up there fighting away. He swung the bat every single time on all 3 pitches that have gone his way. But, you know, it's got to be tough as a batter to stay in a rhythm with the pitcher. He's thrown that pickoff over to first base now 3 times.
0-2 delivery, and the 0-2 pitch misses just a bit outside. Wilson tried to frame it up. And the umpire says, nope, it's off the plate. 1-2 the count.
That's always tough to lay off of on an 0-2 when you're protecting.
And a check swing blooper, one hop, and Fillmore can't glove it. And everybody's safe on a check swing.
And that scores a run as well. So, I mean.
Wow, what a sequence there. Caden, he just threw the bat out, stopped, and the ball was high in the zone. So Fillmore can't get to it in the air, so he lets it bounce. It must have had a little spin, and it goes off the tip of Fillmore's glove. And everybody is safe. Did they score that an E4 or a hit? It had some spin on it. I'm not sure how the official scorekeeper will score that one. Bennett wants it to be a hit on a check swing. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, of course that's what you're looking for, right?
It did touch the tip of Fillmore's glove.
It did, and
I think you're going to score it.
I think it's got to be an error.
So 7-6, back to a one-run game here between crosstown rivals. And we still got a lot of baseball to play.
We do. This is very reminiscent of the game on Friday, maybe in reverse order. You could say the away team gets out to an early lead. The home team has to make the comeback. That's what we saw on Friday, and we're seeing it again right now with Crimson making the comeback.
Tolman. Wind up and the pitch. Popped him up, but it's going to drift up and out of play.
Yeah, another Fabulous Freddy's foul
and
ball.
This is another pinch hitter. This is
number 11.
Elnis?
Elenis. Yep. Batting 211.
And it's 0-2. The count here. Still just one out. In the 5 spot they gave up, they've matched, and they're not done yet. That one outside from Tolman. 1-2 the count. It's been a game of momentum, hasn't it?
It really has been. You know, you had Desert Hills with all the momentum at the top of the inning, and now here in the bottom, Crimson taking it right back. 5 runs of their own. Staying alive with the foul ball.
Tonight's game, big hits, brought to you by Dealer Collision, and boy, we've seen a lot of them. And this rally all started, I think you go back to the 4th where Cutter Christensen hit that solo shot home run. It seemed to kind of fire the dugout up. And now you go to this 5th inning after, they chased Marchant out of the game. And obviously the bats have not slowed down. Another courtesy runner for the Mustangs. Riker Taylor is going to come in to run. So Mitchell running at second base, and Taylor, now they're putting some speed on the base pass. And this umpire just wants to document all this, I think. He's just kind of got his notepad out off of, you can see for our viewers. He's just kind of taking his time. I don't know if he's working on his penmanship there or what, but now he's got it documented.
Drawing pictures or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Jokes, folks. I'm
of course.
not being serious.
We know he's doing work. He's doing work down there. We appreciate any of our officials that officiate all of our high school sports. The umpires here tonight, of course.
His curse is better than mine anyway, and they beamed him.
Right up top as well. Hit him in the helmet.
And, of course, they're, with Hagen Reed getting plunked on Friday night, and now I don't think he was trying to load the bases there on that count. I mean, certainly, our replay's acting up tonight, isn't it?
It is. It's being a little
finicky.
A little finicky tonight. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But yeah, I mean, he definitely took that one off the dome, and I think the umpire's having to talk to him because he did throw the bat back down towards the dugout and a little bit of frustration there. I don't know if some words were said or not, but he is talking to him over on first base as well. And maybe that's just a little bit of a warning to say that, hey, it's just a game. We don't need to get into any of that,
So Elenez is down at first. Taylor's at second. Mitchell is at third. So the bags are full on Mustangs. They still trail 7-6, but we still have just one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now you've got somebody going down to the Thunder bullpen, getting loose. They just sprinted out of the dugout. And you got to figure if maybe they tie this game up, that'll be it for Tolman, is you're going to try to hurry and quickly get somebody warmed up.
Tie this one up or take a lead. You got a few runners here.
First pitch, a strike. Here's pitch 2, a swing and a miss. So quickly 0-2 on Bird.
We've seen 0-2 counts before in this inning, but they just have yet to really pay off. I mean, the one out that we saw was a sacrifice, if I'm not mistaken.
And Bird is 1 for 1 tonight officially.
Staying outside of the zone there, 1-2.
Bird singled back in the 3rd and was stranded, and then obviously walked and scored earlier this inning. So they have batted around. Swinging a foul tip. Just got a piece to stay alive on a 1-2 count.
This is a great spot to be in right now for Crimson Cliffs as well. Only one out. You can go sacrifice here, too. If you can get bat on ball and send one out there, go for the sacrifice, tag up the runner. You could tie this game quite easily. But for Desert Hills, we've seen them hit a double play as well earlier in this one. If they hit a double play right here.
Tolman fires and a strikeout. Big pitch there. And he gets the K.
Yeah, take the strikeout when you can take the strikeout as well, right? Don't even worry about getting that ball into play for Desert Hills. Brings Brecken Park in.
But you got to give credit Coach Abbott there. A couple pinch hits. I mean, one was a check swing and the other one was a hit by a pitch, but both those guys found a way to get aboard here. And now you need Park, one of your seniors, to try to do some damage. Checks his swing, and it's a curve ball that just breaks beautifully over the inside part of the plate for a called strike 1.
And again, we've seen this scenario before. Bases loaded, 2 outs. the situation we saw before was Desert Hills up to bat, and now it's Crimson Cliff's turn. And Crimson Cliffs was able to get out of it, only allowing 2 runs. But at this point, Desert Hills has already allowed 5 this inning, and they just need to put a stop to it here.
So Park trying to come up with something out of the park. Mustang fans would lose their mind if we went grand salami here.
Could you believe it? That'd be phenomenal.
That would be Jimmy John's highlight of the week.
Bar none.
Nominee to say the least. Of course, we want to invite fans. You know, we got the cameras rolling tonight, and we're always looking for our Jimmy John highlights, but we want your help. We want your home videos, whether you're at a high school game, a Little League game, you're at a volleyball, lacrosse, track and field. We'd love you to submit your videos for our Jimmy John's highlight of the week. Just shoot them to us on @thefansn on Instagram or X, or you can send them to us on Facebook at the Fan Sports Network.
You put them on our website.
Yep, you can submit them right on the fansportsnetwork.com. You're absolutely correct. So a lot of ways you can get your videos to us.
You can use the hashtag, just simple #TheFanSN.
Yeah. And we're making it worth your while. If we choose your video as the highlight of the week, you get a $100 gift card to Jimmy John's.
There you go. There you go.
And then, of course, the team has a chance, if they're the highlight of the month, to win a catered meal for the whole team from Jimmy John's. And a swing, and this one's into right field. And Swanson gives chase, gets to it, turns, and catches it for out number 3. So Desert Hills doesn't surrender the lead, but Crimson has made this a ball game again. 5 runs crossed in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Mustangs, and we've got 2 full innings left to play in a tight one on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 7-6. And unfortunately for the Mustangs, Caden, they leave the bags full.
They do, so we'll see what they can do here. Top of the 6th inning coming up.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Welcome back here, Crimson Cliffs High School. Tuesday Night Baseball. Why not on the Fan Sports Network? A couple updates for you real quickly. Dixie wins big in Cedar this afternoon. What was the final score? 14-1.
Yeah.
And here it's 7-6. By the way, the other game right now, Snow Canyon was down 4-0. They've come back and they've taken a 6-4 lead over at Snow Canyon High School over Hurricane tonight. So those are your scores in Region 9 Baseball. Updates brought to you by The Rink. Learn more, skatetherink.com. Good night for baseball. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, Paulie Ratliff. He's manning the camera for us tonight. Is he doing it with a smile?
I think so.
I love it.
I think so.
I love it. And here we go. This is Jace Fillmore here. And strike 1, so 0-1 the count, leading off in the top of the 6th inning here for the Thunder. They still have that 1-run lead. By the way, some changes. Let's see. Elenez is still in, and he's playing first. Riker Taylor is now playing second. Anderson is still playing center. Whitworth stays in to pitch. So both those guys that came in to pinch hit are now playing, right? Taylor and Elenez?
Correct.
Okay. Trying to keep up with the book here. And 2-1 quickly on Fillmore. Whitwer swinging and a foul tip straight back off the bat of Jace. Philly sees the count go 2-2. Jace tonight 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Almost got an RBI, but Christensen got thrown out at home plate on that one hit.
Yeah, it was close. It was a good play.
2-2 pitch coming from Jackson Whitworth. Lefty delivery, and it's high, full count.
Good job here to work the count full as well, but, Whitworth's definitely had his moments where his command is right there. I'm very curious to see the payoff here on 3-2.
Fillmore, right-handed batter. Only hitting .212 on the season in his senior campaign. He swings and misses, and a strikeout for Whitworth.
Jackson.
A strikeout brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get out and play 18. And they're celebrating 25 years of golf. It's their 25th anniversary. You get 25% off in the pro shop all month long in April when you tee it up at Coral Canyon Golf Course. Outerwear in the pro shop also 25% off. Go check it out, Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Here's Harmon Skeen. Skeen steps in. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back out of play. Skeen is ripping it tonight. He is 3 for 3. They haven't got him out yet.
Yeah, he's been playing really, really well tonight. And, of course, now facing off a 0-1 count. Nobody on base, one out. For Desert Hills, I mean, you want to try to extend out a lead. You're only up by 1 run here. Takes that one for strike 2. So now facing an 0-2 pitcher's count here.
Skeen adjusting that helmet, now swinging that yellow, bright like fluorescent yellow bat. Whittling it, now ready, and swinging a drive to second, and gets off the mid of Taylor. And Skeen is aboard. He hit it hard. It did hit the glove of Taylor. I think it had some side spin, so Taylor started to go to his right towards second, and it spun back away from him. As he reached back, it goes off the mitt, probably E4.
Yeah. And again, our replay, sorry for the viewers at home, our replay is struggling a little bit tonight, so at this point,
it's not captured. The ball's hit too hard, I guess.
We might just be bagging the replay because it's saying, nope, you guys saw it the first time. It was too good to be seen twice.
Air. They do officially rule an air there, and Wilson gets plucked. Willie is not happy about it.
Now, he's very upset about that one, and the umpire will walk him down to first base, much like he did with Lenez when he got hit in the head, and just make sure that stays cool, calm, and collected, because they don't want to be seeing any further incidents or anything going on the field.
So Whitworth hits Andrew Wilson, and they're going to lift Willie here and go pitch runner here. He's your catcher. A lot of teams will do that. And Willie's going to go in the dugout and high-five everybody, taking one for the team. Now, both teams have been the batter here in the last inning, really.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the 5th, and now Whitworth plunks Wilson here in the top of the 6th. Still Thunder leading 7-6 on the Wilkinson's scoreboard. Light it up, Region 9. Well, yeah, both these teams are tonight. 13 runs, 17 hits combined between these two Region 9 rivals. 2 on, 1 out. And Briggs Fillmore, who's had a nice night, he's 2 for 3. Thought that was inside, kind of looked at the umpire as he called strike 1.
Yeah, he turned his shoulder to it, thinking it was inside, and called strike.
Briggsy's one of those mighty mites in Region 9, right? And a pop-up, and this one is going to go down the right field line, just foul, and it's caught.
Wow.
For out number 2.
Yeah, that's one of those moments. It's a little scary out there, but it requires good communication from the two fielders, and it's out in right field. It's Christensen making the play.
Now up to bat, number 44,
So now here is Jax Tolman. Last time he was at the plate, base clearing 3 RBI triple back in the top of the 5th. Here he is in the 6th with another runner in scoring position. You got Skeen out at second. Wade is over there pinch running at first. And here's the pitch from Whitwer. Strike 1.
Great pitch. And again, remember, he just hit a batter not too long ago. He got really, you could say bailed out in some way, but a great play from right field. And so you got these 2 outs away, 2 runners on. He's facing a good spot here for Whitwer.
Whitwer, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul straight back.
See, and again, pitcher's count here, 0-2. He's gotten a lot of batters to this point. He's struck out a few. Some of them have still found their way on base. Right now is one of those where Whitwer just really needs to dial it in here and try to get him swinging at something.
Big cut there by Tolman on that last foul ball, too. I mean,
that's the other thing, understanding that Tolman's ready to swing. Throw this one a little outside of the zone and see what happens.
And he throws it high, fastball, and Tolman lays off.
That's one I'd rather see one maybe low and away if you can have that kind of command, something to where it looks like it's going to be in a prime spot, but just get it far enough away that he's going to chase it.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. 2 on, 2 outs. Thunder leading 7-6. Here in the top of inning number 6, and ball 2 there. That one down and away. Was that the pitch you wanted there? But
yeah, kind of that pitch, but I like it on the 0-2 as opposed to the 1-2. The 1-2, you're a little more comfortable after you've taken one ball, and so now you're, for Tolman, he's a little more settled in at the batter's box. So now facing a 2-2, though, you still have those 2 strikes in the back of your head as the batter. But, Tolman's he's a professional out there. He's been batting well this season.
Remind everybody, we got another game coming up tomorrow night. Tell you about that after this pitch. And a swing and a drive. Christensen has a beat on it, racing to it, and makes the catch for out number 3.
Christensen getting it done in the field this inning. 2 outs that have gone his way.
So he lines out to right, and Desert Hills will strand 2 on base there, and we stay 7-6. By the way, tomorrow night, we'll be over at Pineview. Snow Canyon and Pineview will fire up a series tomorrow night, and we'll be there right here on the Fan Sports Network on the live stream and simulcast on the radio presented by the Boulevard. But first things first, we'll take a break. When we come back, we get a tight one. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Thunder up 7-6.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Booba and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Intercap Lending, Red Rock Real Estate, and St. George News.
New pitcher into the game, and it's Andrew Wilson, who is the closer for the Thunder. DeWillie into pitch here with a 7-6 lead. And Jason MacArthur in the top of the order coming up for the Mustangs, Caden. And you look at Wilson's numbers this year, and they've been really solid. I mean, this guy throws, that fastball, upper 80s, low 90s. We saw him kind of develop into that closer role last year. So they put Swanson into catch, and there's a drag bunt by MacArthur, who's one of the best, I would say, in the region at bunting, trying to surprise the defense, but it goes foul.
Yeah, sends that one, trying to get it to go down the third base line, but instead puts it out of foul territory.
Wilson's numbers, 1-0 record, 3 appearances, 1 save. ERA 0. Has not given up an earned run all season. So they're bringing in the closer here. And there's a called strike on the bender.
Yeah, looking at a pitcher's count 0-2 here for the righty.
Jason MacArthur 1 for 3 tonight. Mustangs shortstop in his senior campaign.
Coach brought something out to the catcher over there as well, so I'm not sure what Swanson's got going on, but
MacArthur hitting 378 clip on the year. I didn't see that.
yeah, well, he's ready to go.
Here's the pitch, fastball, and fouled was straight back. You can see the velo up a notch from what we saw from Atkin or Tolman from Andrew Wilson.
No, Wilson's got some speed on that. He definitely throws some heat on the fastball.
And probably
here.
a little bit mad because he got beaned in the last inning, half inning.
Yeah, he'll be coming in with renewed focus.
He's got maybe a little extra giddy up. And swing and a miss, and down goes MacArthur. Wilson comes in and strikes out Jason MacArthur in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what Andrew Wilson is so good at, though. I mean, it's all about that killer mentality, right? And after you're coming off of getting beaned right at the tail end of the top of the 6th inning, you're coming in with a little bit of fire.
Little extra heat. And there's another fastball painting the outside part of the plate. Wilson's throwing darts right now.
He is. I mean, he's been going fastball, fastball, fastball here. We haven't seen too much movement on anything yet. He's just going speed.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, slow roll out to short, and scooped up and bobbled, and it's going to be E6 on Christensen, and Jackson Whitwer is aboard.
And just like that, you know, for Wilson, I don't know if he's thinking about it much or not, but Whitwer's the one that got him on top of the dome there, and now Whitwer's got the best of him getting to first himself.
Well, and you got to give Wilson credit. He could have probably retaliated, brushed him back. He tried to challenge him there. He wasn't.
Yeah, he went.
He's trying to play baseball.
Some good heat. He's just trying to throw good pitches right now. He just wants to close this one out with a 7-6 lead.
Certainly, blood is boiling a little bit after what happened on Friday night, and that one gets away from Swanson, and that's going to allow MacArthur.
There he goes.
Or excuse me, that's going to allow Whitwer to get down to second base. McKay Wright is the batter, and everybody will reset. Now you got the tying run out there at second base here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Swanson getting crossed up with Wilson a little bit. These guys are both catchers, right? And we see Swanson come in from right field. So Tolman, who was pitching, has went back to left, and Cordero has slid back out to right field. That's the changes. And then Swanson comes in from right field to catch with Wilson going to the mound. I know you're all scoring at home, so want to straighten that out for your scorebook.
That's right. That's right. So again, 1-0 count. Runner on second, one out.
7-6 game. Desert Hills clinging to that 1-run lead. Another fastball inside, missing. Good stop there by Swanson behind the dish.
Yeah, great stop indeed. And for Wilson, you've seen his timing slow down a little bit. It feels like his cadence, his rhythm is starting to slow down a little bit more right now. He's just got to get back into throwing some strikes.
2-0 pitch coming. Righty on righty. McKay Wright in the box. Swing and a miss. High fastball. McKay Wright slaps his helmet there, mad at himself that he couldn't find that baseball.
I mean, he was behind it a little bit there, so I think he's upset at himself for even swinging at that one at all, maybe, because it was kind of some high cheese that he went chasing after.
There's kids that you get to know doing what we do, Cade. And McKay Wright's one of those kids. You know, he's played varsity for so long at football and baseball. 3-year starter. 4 rings.
Great.
And he hits it deep in the hole to Christensen. The throw is not in time to first base, and runners on the corners here in the 6th with just 1 out.
Great placement there. And it was a slow roller, but it was heading to the 5-6 hole, and shortstop able to scoop it up, try to make that throw over to first with the momentum falling away. You don't see that play made very often. That's a difficult throw, so well-placed ball off the bat of McKay Wright.
And pressure mounts a little bit for Willie on the bump. You know, he hasn't given up a run, 0 ERA, a save and a win already.
And now you're facing off against a batter that's already hit a home run today.
And fastball outside, ball 1 to Cutter Christensen.
So again, for those listening on the radio, you got a runner in scoring position for the Mustangs here, just one out and a 1-out count.
I scored that a hit deep in the hole. I didn't see what Game Changer scored that, but that was so deep in the hole. He just beat out the throw. The throw was on the money. It was fielded cleanly. So I'm going to give McKay Wright a hit. Do you agree with that, Caden?
I would agree with that. Yeah. That's a tough play to make, like I said before. I mean, so to count that an error would maybe be a disservice.
I don't think you can. I think you got to give him a hit there. That one, runner going right. They're going to fake the throw down, and Wright's going to swipe a bag. So now runners on second and third here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Crimson. The home team down by a run, 7-6.
A cutter, 1 for 2. Again, the one hit he has, yes, it was a home run. But can he get another one here to drive in some runs and tie this thing up, maybe even take a lead for the Mustangs?
Christensen, 1 for 2 with that home run tonight. That was his lone RBI and a run scored. He also walked and was stranded when they left the bases loaded last inning and struck out back in the first. But that home run was a no-doubter.
Yeah, that was a great hit.
To opposite field. He'd love to go yard again here. And swing and a miss, a foul tip, and it's a strikeout for Wilson. So Wilson has struck out his second Mustang here. And now 2 away. And now you've got Austin Smith, the Mustang catcher, stepping in a big spot here in the 6th.
Great spot to be in. They're going to intentionally walk him.
And take their chances with Bennett pitch hit here last time. Who's going to hit here?
Number 2,
Riker
Taylor. And he really hasn't hit much this season, so this is probably the batter you want to be facing right now if you're Desert Hills anyway.
1 plate appearance this year.
And didn't get anything off of it. So.
No.
Yet to see a hit in his varsity career this season.
Yeah, just a junior. Riker Taylor coming in with runners on first, second, third. Bases juiced.
Now this is either the moment everyone dreams about, or it's the moment that might be a little nerve-wracking when you're stepping up to that plate. Maybe a little bit of both.
And wasn't Riker Taylor at Desert Hills last year? So he moved. You had Kobe Goodman also moved to Pineview. So a couple
of transfers around the region.
Yeah, you see that, And Wilson rocks, fire, slow roller. And it's going to be kind of in no man's land. Fillmore's got to flip it quickly, and they got him just in time. Taylor was flying down to first, and quickly Fillmore flipped it over there to Skeen for out number 3, and they can't get the tying run in. And that was as close as it comes, folks.
Wow, that was crazy. And taking the dive over to first base as well. I mean, that was a bang-bang play. Tough one to call, but they give him the out.
And for Crimson, that is their 8th runner left on base. They leave the bases juiced there, and they almost had an infield hit.
Wow.
We go to the 7th. 7-6, Desert Hills leading Crimson on the Fan Sports Network.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
And welcome back Tonight's game brought to you by Sport Court of Southern Utah. You want to get the home court advantage in your backyard, get a quote from their design team at their beautiful new showroom on Old Highway 91. By the way, this is really cool, folks, and if you have student athletes, high school seniors specifically, Sport Court is giving away 2 $5,000 scholarships to Southern Utah high school student athletes. For more information or to nominate your athletes, email office.sportcourt@gmail.com. Stokely Tate to lead things off in the top of the 7th for the Thunder. And Whitwer staying into pitch here for Crimson. That one just downstairs, ball 1. This is kind of reminiscent of last Friday, isn't it? Just roles reversed. Crimson trying to come back on Desert Hills after Desert Hills came back and won 11-10 last Friday night.
Yeah, very reminiscent indeed. And, right now Desert Hills is just kind of grasping and holding on to that lead. Crimson Cliffs had a great bottom of the 6th. They just weren't able to capitalize on it.
And that did not hit him. That just bounced up off the catcher.
Yeah, it hit the plate and then the top of the catcher's glove and went sky high. But it's a 3-0 count. And right now, if you're Stokely Tate, you're just kind of waiting to see ball 4 come across. Probably not going to see him swing in here. Very few batters at the high school level getting a green light on a 3-0.
And I was mistaken. At the end of the inning, I said Crimson had stranded 9 left on base, 8. They've actually stranded 9 tonight.
Yeah, that's a lot of runs. A lot of runs that weren't able to come across.
And Desert Hills has left 8 on base, for that matter. So both teams have missed out on some opportunities. And yet we have a 7-6 game, and there's a swing and a miss, so the count is now full. Stokely Tate looking for his first hit of the game tonight. We're now 37 pitches. Third Mustang pitcher on record in this one. And a swing and a blooper. This could be a little bit of trouble, but going out there on the grass, Riker Taylor, and he makes the catch.
It coming all the way out from second base into the shallow outfield to make the play. That's a tough play to make, but it's a good one for out number 1.
The junior, Riker Taylor, coming up with a defensive play.
Up to bat for Desert Hills.
Number 3.
Number 3, Connor Weiss.
And we got a pinch hitter for the Thunder here.
Yeah, Connor Weiss is stepping up to the plate.
Weiss is going to pinch hit for Wall.
Now, he was the one, so both him and David Cordero Jr. kind of took some turns coming in for Hagen Reed on Friday. Weiss hitting that spot twice. David Cordero Jr. hitting that spot to start off. But Weiss was able to, if I remember correctly, I believe he was able to make a couple of plays from the batter's box.
I got that right here. He was 1 for 2 with a run scored.
Yeah, there you go.
Last Friday night. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Weiss on the season, Connor Weiss hitting a $167. 3 for 18. 6 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Does have 1 home run, so he does got a little pop in limited at-bats. He's only had 26 plate appearances, 18 official at-bats. And that one missing high, 1-1 the count. 7-6, top of the 7th. D Hill's up by 1 run. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Couldn't find that low one out of the hand of Jackson Whitwer, who's done a nice job in relief.
Yeah, Whitwer, to start off this inning, went 3 straight balls, but then since then, he goes and does very well to close out batter number 1. And here, batter number 2, it's 1-2 count.
Swing and a miss, got him.
Right on cue as we're hyping him up. He goes and gets another strikeout this evening for out number 2 in the top of the 7th.
Another strikeout brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Your kids' sports journey starts by playing sports at sgcityrec.org. Get out and play. We're playing tonight. Tight one. And here is Swanson. Isaac Swanson, just a sophomore, Caden. Big role tonight, started in right field. And then when Wilson came into pitch last inning, moved behind the dish. And he has walked twice and is officially 0 for 1. Did have that RBI sack bunt that gave Desert Hills the 7th run of the night.
Now, I know that we don't really have a crowd mic'd up, but I'll tell you, they are absolutely letting the umpire have it down there on a couple of these pitches being close. Both of them called ball, so it's 2-0 count. And a swing and a miss there to keep it as a 2-1 now with 2 outs. Whitwer's really working this count well, though. I mean, those 2 that were called ball were very close. So, again, the crowd has been letting the umpire have it a little bit on those close calls, but
2-1 pitch missing. 3-1 the count now.
Yeah.
Whitwer's 47th pitch of the night. Swanson's been patient tonight. I like the way he handles the bat for an underclassman. Tell he knows the game, has played a lot of ball and stick. Whitwer ready. Here's the 3-1 delivery. High ball 4. Swanson draws another walk. Good eye. That one just a little top of the K zone.
And again, all of those pitches were right there around the zone. They were very close. Whitwer, even though, yes, that does count for a walk, he is right on top of the zone. Very close.
Crew Christensen stepping in. He's been great tonight. 3 for 4. Came in hitting at 365.
That helps the average go up when you go 3 for 4, huh?
I believe that's what I have him for. And that one in for a called strike. And time called. Christensen steps out of the box. Christensen singled and on a double play was caught in the middle of that. Doubled in an RBI in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th. And then got aboard and scored in that big 5th inning for the Thunder. But 2 for 4. 2 for 4. Tonight. 1-1 count. Both these fan bases ready to explode if somebody makes a play.
These guys, I feel like everyone's on the edge of their seat here.
Whitwer inside, missing, ball 2. Mustangs and Thunder played that 11-10 game on Friday. They played to a 7-6 game. Here we are in the top of the 7th. 1 on, 2 out. Christensen takes ball 3. 3-1 the count now. That one just a bit inside.
Right now the Mustangs, again, they're just trying to close out this inning without really any damage done. You can probably go into the bottom of the 7th down 1 and make some magic happen. As this one's pretty wild up top and will walk him.
Yeah, and, not the worst thing in the world with 2 away to walk a hot Crew Christensen because he's put a charge in a couple of hits tonight.
Yeah, and you're facing against, again, you're facing a position here where you only need 1 out, force out on every base.
Yep.
If you can get him on a ground ball, you can make the play wherever the play is most accessible and try to get yourself into the bottom of the 7th and try to walk this one off.
Philly 1 for 4 tonight with a couple of runs scored. And now Justin Abbott, skipper for the Mustangs. I first met Justin Abbott, it was 07 or 08. I was working for the St. George Roadrunners, the independent baseball team that was here for, I think, 3 seasons in St. George in the Golden Baseball League. And he was, he had, pitched at SUU, and they signed him and ended up a Roadrunner. And you were there at the media day.
Yeah.
They had their Think Pink night. And they auctioned off all the pink jerseys for breast cancer awareness. And lo and behold, I ended up buying, as kind of just a keepsake, that number 17 Justin Abbott jersey, and he signed it for me.
Nice.
Scroll forward, 17 years later, at our media day, I gave it back to Justin to prove that he actually played big league, professional baseball.
I love it.
What is Maddie now? His daughter, her oldest daughter, I think she's a pretty good little softball player. I think she's in 7th or 8th grade. Swing and a miss by Fillmore. 8th grade? Yeah. And 0-1 the count here on Philly.
You know, I never made it over to a St. George Roadrunners game when they were here. I went to a ton of Zion Pioneer games back in the day.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Went to a ton of those.
In fact, I lived in an apartment when I was attending school right out across from the right field fence at Brucehurst Field.
I lived not far from there as well at one point.
Was it 99, 98 or 99? I'm trying to think. It was the last year, or second to last year, the Zion Pioneers were here in town.
Yeah, we used to go.
You get up in age, you can't remember the year exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we used to go quite regularly as a family back in the day.
Fouled up and out of play. It's going to slice out of the park down the first baseline. Another fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Fuel it up, wash it down, and always you and your car feeling fabulous at your 2 Southern Utah Fab Freddy's locations, and save at the pump with every car wash. Get big discounts on gas. If you join that unlimited car wash club at Freddy's, I think you can get up to 40 cents a gallon off at the pump. Get the right packages. But get all the details at Fabulous Freddy's.
2 runners on, 1 on first, 1 on second, 2 outs. It's a 1-2 count.
Been a great Boulevard home broadcast tonight. We haven't settled anything. Here we are, top of the 7th. Big pitch coming in high. 2-2 on Fillmore.
You know, I don't mind a pitch outside of the zone there, but you got to give something that's going to play at the eye a little bit. But that one was just too high. 2-2 count.
Jace can drive a golf ball. Can he drive a baseball here and a tight one tonight? This kid has a lot of power for the size and the stature. He pops it up out of play. Count will stay at 2-2. Two across the scoreboard. Deuce is wild. 2 on. 2-2 count. 2 outs. And number 12 at the plate. Whitwer has the sign. The left-handed pitcher for the Mustangs rocks, fires, and a swing and a foul tip. I didn't think he got a piece for a second, but he does. It stays alive.
Stays alive indeed. You know, it's all about protecting the plate when you have 2 strikes on you, and he's done that very well here with 2 tipped away for some foul balls. But, again, with 2 runners on, it's not just about protecting the plate. You want to get some of these insurance runs across home plate as well.
Fillmore, you can see he kind of takes a deep breath, steps back in the batter's box. Right-handed batter. Whirling the bat now, he sets it, wiggling it slightly. Infield normal depth and high, full count. So we're trying to get him to chase something high and away, and good eye by Fillmore.
Yeah, good eye indeed, full count, as you mentioned. And for Fillmore, I mean, for both Fillmore and Whitwer up on the mound, this is a tough predicament to be in because you just don't know. You don't know what's coming for the batter, right? Whether you can trot that walk over to first and load up the bases, protect the plate. You're worried about a lot of things in a full count with 2 outs, especially when this could potentially be the final at-bat of the game for the Thunder.
100%. You just don't know. Fillmore has other ideas. Whitwer would love to get another punch out here. Here we go. Payoff pitch coming, and Fillmore steps back out.
I love the mind game that these guys play where the pitcher steps off the back of the mound and then the batter backs out of the box.
They both want control of the situation, right?
That's right.
You want it on your terms. We'll see if Whitwer steps off or throws to second. He steps off. Yeah, you wondered if it was coming after Philly stepped out of the box.
Yep.
Big moment here. There's no question. This could be the moment of the night. I mean, you know, if you get this out, you got a chance to go walk it off, potentially at least tie this game. Fillmore, you know, if he can find some green grass in the outfield, you can take a 2-run lead and bring up Skeen, who Crimson hasn't got out tonight, I don't believe. Swinging a chopper out to second. Taylor fields it cleanly, throwing plenty of time, and that is out number 3, a 4-3 put out. And Whitwer does his job. Whitwer has been sensational in relief on the bump tonight for Coach Justin Abbott. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. They're chasing 1 to tie, 2 to win it. Thunder leads 7-6 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Well, here we go. Bottom of the 7th on the Fan Sports Network. First of back-to-back Region 9 broadcasts for us, brought to you by the Boulevard. Tomorrow night we'll be over there at that Snow Canyon Pineview game. Elenez will step in. He came in to pinch hit, play first, and now he will lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. Andrew Wilson. Willie stays in the pitch, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And first pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Saw Wilson work out of some trouble there. And strand 3 in the 6th. Starts off with a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Wilson, the righty on righty. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, foul tip. I think he got a piece. But still 0-2. Wilson signed. He got a mission call. He's going to, I believe, Italy. And then he'll go to Salt Lake Community College, play for D.G. Nelson and the Bruins.
A lot of Region 9 athletes, especially in the baseball community, have gone to Salt Lake Community College.
The check swing got him. He went around. Strikeout for Wilson. Wilson's, I believe, third strikeout. 1, 2, yes, third strikeout since coming in.
Now batting number 23, Ezra Llewellyn.
Double checking that when Wilson came in, but I think that's at least his third there. I didn't document exactly. He came in and worked that whole 6th, so I think this is his 4th. And we got a pinch hitter again. Check the stats here on the pinch hitter, number 23 for the Mustangs. Both teams going deep. Llewellyn, 333 so far this season. And he's a junior for the Mustangs. And takes ball 1. Wilson has now thrown 20 pitches tonight. Llewellyn in the big spot here. Need to get that tying run aboard if they can. Chopper to third, and it is a fair ball. And he will be safe as it goes off the glove over there, third of Fillmore. And I think that's going to be ruled a hit.
You know, and that's
even if he gloves that cleanly. I mean, he's going clear to the bag there over third. He has no play, I don't think, at first.
Well, and that's a tough one to judge when you're standing over there on third because he played it, they're going to count it in play. Had he let it go by, it was close to being foul. It was very close to being foul. But, of course, since he played the ball while it was still fair, then it stays a fair ball. So, you know, pros and cons. If they call it fair and it rolls into the corner, that's a triple.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
So good job by Fillmore getting a glove on it and holding them to a single. They do rule that a hit, and I agree. And now Park will step in. So the tying run is at first. The go-ahead run, Park is at the plate, and just a bit inside, ball 1 from Willie.
Yeah, inside around the knees. 1-0 with runner on first.
Here's the pitch, and right down Broadway, 1-1 the count.
Now, when you look at it from this perspective, you've got tying run on first. Could try to go walk off here.
And swing and a foul tip. They're going to rule that dead ball. It hit the bat, then went into the field of play. Again, pinch hitter, Llewellyn. 333, but only had a couple of plate appearances. Wilson hasn't given up a run all year. He's got a win and a save in 3 appearances. Desert Eagles hasn't been in a spot to get a lot of saves this year. They're 16-1 entering this game tonight. And a swing and a drive, and that's going to be down the line into left. They're going to make a big turn. Here comes the throw. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's going to be a double for Llewellyn.
Wow, that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
For Park, that's a double by Park. Llewellyn
on third.
is at third.
But this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Crimson Cliffs. You've got now 2 runners in scoring position, still only 1 out. You could try to go sacrifice here and get a runner over across the plate, tie this thing up at the very least.
And here comes Kevin Cave out of the Thunder dugout.
Yeah, he's got to have a talk with Wilson. And
is he going to make a move?
I don't know if they'll make a move, but I think that they're going to want him to understand the gravity of the situation that they now sit in.
He's going to call the outfield in.
Yeah, they
want to draw everybody in here.
Yeah, this is just a full team timeout. They just really want to discuss the options at play here because there is no force out anymore. You don't have that on the table. You've got an opportunity for at least 1 run to come across. I'm sure he's going to be talking to them about saying, hey, I don't care if you get 1 run across. We can take this to extra innings. That's fine. The guy on second, you cannot let him get across home plate.
7-6, runners on second, third. Good description there, Caden. And now this meeting on the mound with Kevin Cave. He's got all 9 players on the mound. Home plate umpire giving him quite a bit of time here. Now he's going to start the slow walk out to the mound, and Kevin Cave is done anyway, so the umpire will get a couple steps off home plate and retreat. Both team, and while they were doing that, all the base runners and batters were over in front of the Crimson dugout. Even the first base coach, everybody was having their meeting of their own. So big moment here coming.
A big moment indeed.
What a hit by Park, a double.
A great game we've got on a Tuesday night here on the Fan.
Wilson versus the leadoff hitter, Jason MacArthur. Andrew Wilson fires, fastball outside, ball 1.
Here's the great thing for Crimson Cliffs. They're sitting in a part of the lineup right here that is really solid. Top of the lineup coming up. So big plays could be happening.
MacArthur 1 for 4 tonight. Wilson delivers, paints the outside corner, strike 1. Beautiful pitch there. MacArthur waving that bat across the dish. Wilson sets, rocks, wind up in the pitch. Outside, it gets away. Swanson goes and gets it, throws it to Wilson. It gets down the line. 1 run will score. And they'll hold the runner at third, even though they were waving for him to come. And we are tied 7-7 on a wild pitch or a pass ball. I think probably a wild pitch. Didn't it hop?
I would say it's a wild. It went off the glove. It went off the tip of the glove of the catcher, so that's where he lost it. It was more of a wild pitch than it was.
Swanson did everything. He got to that ball so quick, Caden. He threw it. If the throw is on the money to Wilson, who was covering, he would have been out. But it was wide behind the plate. Good job over there at first by Skeen to back that up so the runner, the winning run, could not score. Now the infield, everybody's drawn in on the grass. Here's the 2-1 pitch and a strike at the outside corner. Strike 2, 2-2 on MacArthur. And MacArthur's having a little casual conversation like, where was that pitch at? Blue? Do they still call the ump blue?
Sure.
They're wearing black tonight.
They mostly wear black lately, yeah.
Although blue would be a little cooler once we get to late April, May in St. George. Here's the pitch, 2-2. A roller is fielded. The play at home, diving tag, and he's out. We stay tied up. Oh, my goodness. What a play at second base by Jace Fillmore. And he tries to score, and Fillmore throws a rope to Swanson, who applies the tag just in time. Oh, my, oh, my.
Oh, we're just going to miss it on the replay here. The replay's coming in a little late, but oof, that was close. So now it's 2 outs, runner on first.
What a game.
Wow.
Crimson has
tied
it, but they now have the go-ahead run over at first.
Correct.
What a play by Fillmore. Game saving. He had to stab it from in on the grass.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
make a great throw. And what a tag by Swanson.
Taking a big old chop at the first pitch. Strike one. Again for Desert Hills, that was the smart play because you can't just throw it over to first. You can't let the run score. Game over. If you let the run score, you have to be heads up right now. And Desert Hills was heads up on that play to make the play at the plate. Runner
And
goes.
now they're going. They're going to try to steal it back, and he is toast. If they get the tag on him, they do. We're going to extras. We haven't settled anything. Why not? On a Tuesday night, play some bonus baseball. It's only 10:20. These kids got class in the morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's all good.
Extra innings coming up when we come back. Stay with us, 7-7 on the Fan.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home because home is who we are.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
All right, we got a new pitcher here as we go to the 8th inning of bonus baseball on the Fan Sports Network, presented by the Boulevard, making your house more like home for over 50 years. Heart of the order coming up for the Mustangs here. Skeen, the number 3 hitter, followed by Wilson, and then Briggs Fillmore. So the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up here for Kevin Cave and the Thunder. And Jace Fillmore just saved the day. The walk-off run, he stabs the ball at second, throws it. They get the tag in time. Great tag by Swanson. And we go to the 8th. So Anderson comes in. He was playing center field. So Whitworth went to center field, and Anderson has came in to pitch. And strike at the knees to Skeen. And Skeen tonight has been incredible.
He has been. You know, he's definitely a bright spot for the Thunder roster.
And a chopper, and that is going to be fielded over there at third. The throw on the money, a dagger clothesline throw across the diamond, 5-3, the putout.
Good routine play over on third at the hot corner, and the play made. Out number 1.
First time they've got Skeen out tonight, Caden.
Wow. Well, that's the impressive thing from both of these teams. We talked about the amount of runners that Crimson has left on base, but Desert Hills has gotten on base as well. I mean, they've left a lot of runners on.
Andrew Wilson to step in. Still in line, can't get the save, but still could get the win now.
Sure.
As he's the pitcher of record for the Thunder. And Wilson, big cut, but chopper foul. And 1-1 the count. I want to thank Honolulu Grill, Bucks Ace Hardware, House of Jump, Everbull. Some of our great sponsors, Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Some of our great sponsors bringing you the game tonight. Eventually, sometime soon, we're going to get to the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Thanks for listening on the Fan Sports Network. If you're listening, you're almost getting home for the night. Finally, long day for you. If you're still driving around Southern Utah, 10:23 local time. We are streaming. If you want to watch the extra innings here on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page, just search the Fan Sports Network and subscribe so you always get alerts when we got Region 9 baseball here on the Fan. Like tomorrow night, another great contest coming, Snow Canyon at Pineview. Tomorrow night, Anderson rocks, fires, 2-2 delivery, down and away, ball 3. They don't appeal. I think the Crimson dugout thought he might have offered it that. By the way, it is a final. Snow Canyon wins 7-6 tonight. So Dixie wins 14-1 over Cedar in an afternoon game, and Snow Canyon was down 4-0. They come back and win at home tonight against Hurricane. And Wilson will draw the walk. And will they let Wilson run, or will they? No, they're going to get a pinch runner. Yeah.
Now up to bat for Desert Hills, number 21, Briggs Fillmore.
So here's Briggs Fillmore. Wilson on base with 1 out. But Wilson did his job and found a way to get aboard. Fillmore tonight 2 for 4.
Man, this game has been everything that you could ask for. We're seeing both sides playing some really good ball here. And, Crimson Cliffs gets the 1 run that they needed. They got the 1 run when Desert Hills couldn't get any insurance runs across. Crimson Cliffs does it to tie it up, send this thing into extra innings here. Top of the 8th inning for those of you that are just joining us. 1 out, 1 run on first, still tied up at 7 apiece.
And by the way, Anderson comes in to pitch here in extra innings. 3.91 ERA, 0-1 record. He's made 5 appearances so far this year for Coach Abbott. And Anderson, 14 1/3 of work, giving up 18 hits, 17 runs, 8 of them earned. He's walked 4. He struck out 23. Good strikeout to walk ratio there. And a swing and a pop-up down the line, twisting. Left fielder McKay Wright coming over, and he overran it.
And it landed in play. That's a fair ball.
And everybody is safe, so runners on first and second, it's going to be – he never touched it.
No, he never touched it, but it landed inside the lines
So
anyway, whether he touched it or not.
Technically, I think they're going to give Briggs Fillmore the hit there.
Yeah.
Is this number 44?
I mean, it's a judgment error, but it's not technically an error there because and the wind is not really blowing.
No, it was just miscalculated. He was running in on it so hot by the time he got there, he had overran it, and then he had to try to backtrack on himself. It was just too late. That ball low and away or low and inside, I should say, for ball 1.
So Wilson, the Game Changer has scored that in air. So
interesting.
They do score that in air. I mean, he misjudged it, certainly. There's no question about that. And a swing and a foul straight back off the bat of Jax Tolman. So you've got Dove. I believe that's Dove out there running for Wilson at second. Fillmore is at first. And Jax Tolman is at the plate. And there's some kind of commotion in the stands, it looks like, Caden. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know either.
But we got an extra inning baseball game going on right now on the field. That's more important.
Yeah. Well, and hey, the amount of people that are still sticking around here, 10:30 almost at night.
Well, and look, I think there's been some things today that have kind of heated up this rivalry. Of course, you go back to last Friday night. Obviously,
Yeah, great game on Friday. Another great one here.
We've had some good baseball, though. And that's what people came for.
Another
pop-up, and this one's going to be real similar to the last one, but this one's going to get into the bullpen area out of play. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. And maybe some fans getting into it with each other, some smack talk going on, so there's some commotion over there.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans watching the extracurriculars as opposed to watching the game here.
Here
I can't
is
blame them.
Tolman tonight, 1 for 4. Anderson, the right-handed reliever, comes in with that pitch just missing, and count is now full.
Another full count. Second full count we've seen here in the top of the 8th.
Fourth pitcher to pitch tonight for the Mustangs. Anderson ready, fires, swing, and a miss, and Tolman strikes out to Anderson. Challenged him there, Caden.
Yeah, you did, but hey, you know what? This is a big, big moment for both of these teams. 2 outs, 2 runners on, but the runners are on first and second. You'd like to see him shift it over a little bit here for Desert Hills. They're looking for a pass ball or anything to try to get some runs in a better position here to try to get something, try to get some sort of movement going. We got a ball that's rolled out onto the field as well.
Stokely Tate will step in. Tate tonight looking for his first hit. Tate, righty on righty with Anderson on the pitching mound. Here we go. Runners on first and second. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Tied 7-7. The pitch by Anderson. Strike 1.
Throwing some heat there.
Caught the outside part of the plate. And here's Anderson, long stare in, checks the runner over first. Nobody holding him. Now he's ready. The delivery. And a foul up and out of play. Another fabulous Freddy's foul ball. How many baseballs are we going to go through tonight?
A good handful of them for sure. But look, he's facing off an 0-2 count. This is a count that favors Crimson Cliffs here because they could go into the bottom of the 8th and try to get a run across and close this one out. But Desert Hills, they're still fighting.
Swinging a high fly into right field. Right on it, though, is Cutter Christensen, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We'll take a timeout. Still tied 7-7 in extra innings. Mustangs and the Thunder locked in a good one on the Fan Sports Network.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Bucks Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Finley Subaru.
Who will be the Finley Subaru star of the game? Who's going to make the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game? I think it's still up in the air right now as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're tied 7-7. Andrew Wilson stays on to pitch for Desert Hills. And the first pitch just outside, ball 1. And this is Whitwer, to the number 2 hitter, to lead off here in extra innings. McKay Wright is on deck. And then Cutter Christensen due up in the inning as well. And that one just outside, ball 2.
The big question here is, can Crimson Cliffs walk this game off in extra innings? And again, 2-0 count now to Whitwer.
And there is a fly ball into center field. Given chase, cutting away, but running over there and making the catch was Stokely Tate for out number 1.
Tough play to make, but he got there in time. Had that been a little further over into left field, that could have dropped in, settled in for a double for Whitwer, put him in scoring position early with no outs, but not the case. 1 out, nobody on, and McKay Wright steps up.
McKay ready to go. Wilson now at 38 pitches, I believe, so far tonight in relief. Third pitcher was Atkin, Tolman, and then Wilson. Wilson now has pitched 2 1/3 of work, and a foul tip straight back off the bat of McKay Wright. I've seen a lot of really good linebackers in my 20-plus years broadcasting high school sports in Region 9, and he was one of the best. You put him in the Mount Rushmore of backers, a swing and a miss. It gets away, so Swanson has to go get it 10 feet into the field of play. Had a pretty good angle. It throws a bullet down to first for out number 2. So McKay Wright strikes out.
So Cutter Christensen comes up. Could they get one more out of him in this game? They were able to get him to break the seal on this one and had a single shot home run in the 4th inning.
And a chopper foul. 0-1 to Cutter. Yeah, he's been great tonight. 1 for 3 officially with that home run. Played mistake-free baseball out there in the outfield. Would love to come up big once again here. Wilson, though, has other ideas, trying to give his team another chance going to the 9th. And there's a strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Good pitch by Wilson. Froze Cutter Christensen.
Yeah, very good pitch. And now Cutter facing off a difficult count of 0-2.
0-2 pitch coming here with 2 outs and outside trying to get Cutter to chase, and he doesn't. He lays off that pitch.
It's a great spot to be. When you have an 0-2 count, just put one just slightly outside of the zone, see if he'll chase it. Not the case. 1-2 is the count. Here's Wilson.
And foul tip straight back.
Staying alive.
And everybody will reset. Christensen will step out, but he's back in the box quickly. He's ready to go. Wilson has the sign. Here is the 1-2 delivery, and he tried to bend that one back over the outside part of the plate to the left-handed batter, and it just stays away. Ball 2. Tied 7-7. And now the 2-2 delivery. Checked his swing. And they say low. Ball 3, full count.
The amount of full counts we've seen in this game is unbelievable.
Thunder got 2 in the 3rd to strike first. 5 more in the 5th. Crimson got 1 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th. And then 1. And there's the strikeout. There he goes. Full count, and Wilson gets the K. So 3 up, 3 down, and we will continue on to the 9th. Tied 7-7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard between the Thunder and the Mustangs.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Getting back on into the action here. We're in the 9th inning. This ball's well hit into right field. It's going to drop in. Single to lead things off here for the Desert Hills Thunder.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Weiss there. Just going with that pitch, not trying to overdo it or anything, just kind of driving it out there. And at this point in the game, Caden, base runner's at a premium, right?
Absolutely.
Here's Swanson stepping in from the right side. Weiss now 1 for 2 tonight since entering this game. Swanson's had a good night. Found ways to get aboard. And they throw it. They get him. No, he missed the tag.
He missed the tag.
They threw it down to first behind Weiss. And he could not apply the tag. Wow.
Wow. Wow, indeed.
It is strike one swinging on. No, it's not. Wasn't it?
I'll be honest, I was more worried about the pick over the first.
I think he swung and missed, and then the throw came. So it's 0-1 pitch. He
Yeah,
bunts it down the line. Pitcher going over, diving.
Got him.
And got him.
Yeah.
Great hustle by Swanson, but an even better play defensively by the Mustangs. Anderson going and making that play, flipping it over there to first last second for the out.
But listen, it's a sacrifice.
Yep.
It's a sacrifice. You got your runner into scoring position at second. With only one out, it's a good position to be in here.
Well, like I was saying, Swanson he's kind of done his job all night long.
That's exactly right.
And now here is Crew Christensen stepping in. Weiss is now at second base. Tied 7-7 in the top of the 9th inning. This game now 3 hours, 10 minutes old. How long did the game go on Friday night? I wasn't there, obviously. You were.
We were streaming for about 2:45 or so.
So we've definitely exceeded that.
Yeah, by about half an hour or more.
And that was an 11-10 win for the Thunder. Anderson pitch, foul up out of play. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball.
Yeah, the last time I was here at Crimson Cliffs High School to broadcast a game, I was here, we were broadcasting until about 11:30. So we might see that again at the rate this one's going.
It's a nice game brought to you by Red Rock Real Estate. From land to luxury. Check out what Red Rock Real Estate can offer you if you're looking for a home around southern Utah. RedRockRealEstate.com. Don't forget, vacation rentals, property management. They got a bunch of different divisions there to help you out, whether you're on vacation, looking to buy, or looking to lease and rent your home, and have Red Rock help you out with everything. Red Rock Real Estate. 1-2 the count here on Crew Christensen. Anderson comes to the plate. A shot into shallow center. It's going to get down, and they're not going to try to score. Kevin Cave will hold the runner at third base. With only one out, you're not trying to push things, and you got kind of the heart of the order coming up here. As there's the number. Well, here's your number 2 hitter, Jace Fillmore.
Now with Fillmore coming up, remember with a runner on first and third, don't be surprised if the runner at first just immediately starts taking off for second. See if they'll try to get that throw down over to second, allowing the runner at third to try to come in and score. So if you're Crimson, you see that happen, and at that point it's better to almost just let them take the base. You risk your force out at second and first, but you also don't have to worry about that runner at third coming to score. So expect to see something like that.
First pitch chopper out to short. MacArthur goes to second. The relay over to first. pulled him off the bag, it looked like, but he still got on it long enough for the 6-4-3 double play. The second one spun tonight. Double play is brought to you by our friends at Honolulu Grill. And just like that, the threat is over. And we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. No runs on 2 hits. 2 left on base. And it's 7-7 still on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Well, we're in the ninth inning. Tonight's game brought to you by the Back Nine, one of the fastest growing franchises in the state of Utah. There are a lot of indoor golf simulators going in across the country. And we've got a second location opening soon for the Back Nine over there across from the Summit Athletic Club just off River Road. So Back Nine, thank you for sponsoring high school sports here on the Fan Sports Network. Bottom of the ninth inning, here we go. Wilson still in there pitching for the Thunder. And it is Austin Smith here, the number 5 hitter in the Mustang lineup, leading things off. And first pitch in for a called strike. Second pitch fouled up and out of play. Smith tonight's been great, Caden. 2 for 3 officially. And now he's got to shorten up. 0-2 count. Wilson. That was the probably the slider there.
Yeah, taking it a little too low, though, and coming up with the first ball of the count.
1-2 the count. Willie, breaking ball, got him looking. Backwards K, and another Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Wilson, who's starting to rack them up.
Yeah. You know, this is a tough spot of the lineup. Listen, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. The players are out there. I mean, they've got to be a little tired. Don't get me wrong. So your judgment might start to dwindle a little bit here when you're up at bat.
6th strikeout for Wilson since coming in the 6th. So 3 1/3 of work, and he struck out 6 by my count. And here is Riker Taylor. And swing and a miss, quickly 0-2 the count on Taylor.
Now, Desert Hills does have someone up there warming up in the bullpen as well, another lefty. Not sure who they've got warming up out there. This one's fouled away. But they're prepared for anything with just 1 out, nobody on.
This game just continues to get big moment after big moment after big moment. And we haven't settled anything. And another K, strikeout number 7 for Willie as he gets Taylor. And that is, I think, 1, 2, 3 strikeouts Wilson's had looking. So he is freezing the batter.
And they've got Alenis coming up to bat. He's been on base once, but that was a hit by pitch, so we have yet to see him get bat on ball, if I remember correctly.
This is his 3rd at bat. I think he's 0 for 1. 0 for 1 is what I'm seeing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
My book is a mess at this point.
Yeah, trying to keep track of everything through 9 innings. Listen, we're not MLB statisticians. We're used to 7.
And the 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 2. Desert Hills, with Cedar losing today to Dixie 14-1, they dropped to 4-2.
Yeah.
If Desert Hills can find a way, they'll have the outright lead in Region 9 play. They would improve to 5-1. Snow Canyon came back and beat Hurricane tonight. They were down 4-0, came back to win by a run. 7-6. Good game there. Expect the unexpected, as I always say in Region 9 baseball. And it's really been that case. You start looking at box scores, you look at some of the matchups. You know, Snow Canyon, the way they took care of Dixie, but then Dixie bounced back. The way that Dixie got that great pitching performance, beat Desert Hills, their only region loss so far. You look at the effort tonight by 4 different Crimson pitchers as Elenez gets the walk here. Good patient AB there to get the winning run aboard here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
But 2 outs. I mean, Desert Hills, specifically Andrew Wilson, getting it done from the mound with 2 strikeouts to knock away the first 2 batters. But he does walk 1 here. So it's been more of a pitcher-batter battle than anything else here in the bottom of the 9th. And we've got a pinch runner coming in.
Yeah, pinch runner. And let's see, this is
Ryder Sherritt coming in.
Llewellyn at the plate, who came. Dude, so many pinch hitters, so many pinch runners in this 9-inning high school baseball game, tied at 7.
I mean, just on let's say Crimson Cliff side alone, we've probably seen anywhere from 12 to 13 different.
I'll say this: Kevin Cave, Justin Abbott, they're
playing chess out there,
and they're managing their butts off.
Yeah.
They're doing everything they can to put their guys in a position to find a way to get a win in a Region 9 showdown tonight.
Well, and it's not like 7-7 is a super high-scoring affair either, so. Check swing, did he go?
Thought he did. Yeah, they appeal and they say yes. Well, and no disrespect to anybody, but it's not like these two teams both started their aces tonight.
Right.
I mean, but pitching staff and the depth of the pitching staff is shown through. I mean, both teams' bullpens have, give up some, got roughed up at moments, but then come up clutch at other moments. So
absolutely.
Overall, I think both managers have to be pretty happy to be in the position they're in tonight. It's a chance to win it here in extra innings.
Yeah. You have your walk-off runner over there on first base. If he can make it around, this game's over.
And a swing and a drive down the left field line. Twisting, is it fair? It is a fair ball. So here comes the throw, and they can't score the run. It bounced off the wall pretty nicely there to Tolman, who was able to hit his cutoff at third. And so with 2 outs here, runners on second and third, but what a swing of the bat there by Llewellyn, who has been on fire since he entered this game. It's his second hit already tonight.
Yeah, I mean, getting the bat on the ball right now is crucial for both of these teams, but to do it like that, send one down the left field line, get a good stand-up double, puts a runner in scoring position. Couldn't ask for much better for the Mustangs right now. But with 2 outs, if you could be in this position with only 1 out, it'd be a little bit better for them, but 2 outs is still a really iffy spot for the Mustangs.
Desert Hills 4-1 in region. Cedar with the loss today to Dixie, they're 4-2. Snow Canyon with the win, they're 3-1. Crimson's 2-1, and Dixie is 3-3. Those are your top 5 live Region 9 standings. Pineview will see tomorrow night against Snow Canyon. Pineview's 1-3 on the season. And Hurricane with that loss tonight, still looking for their first win. They're 0-6, but they've been in some games, just haven't been able to win one yet. I didn't think anybody was going undefeated this year, and I didn't think anybody was going to go without a win in Region 9.
Yeah.
Nobody's left undefeated.
0-2 count.
Swing, and that one foul tipped. Just got a piece to stay alive.
Wow.
Park just got a foul tip. 0-2 count, 2 down, runners on second, third. You just got to find a way to put this ball in play. Wilson has 7 Ks, though. He's looking for an 8. He needs a strikeout here.
He really does. 0-2 count.
Parker has other ideas, but he just took a pitch that couldn't have missed by much. Ball 1.
I mean, the groans from the crowd, I think, say it all out there.
I can't believe on a pitch that close you're not swinging at it.
Yeah, I mean, we talk protect the zone. That is one of those pitches where you should be protecting the zone.
We'll see if Wilson gives him something to hit here. Breaking ball, and almost hit him.
It was inside.
Just had enough bend to not get Park.
Swanson behind the dish. Tried to frame it.
2-2 the count. What do you throw here? Do you
I just
go
say
back to the
just
fastball?
keep going heater down the middle.
They've hit his fastball a little bit tonight once they got a beat on him. And he does throw the fastball. It's a chopper foul, and the count will stay at 2-2.
See, but that's the other thing, too. They've been hitting it foul quite a bit as well, so even when they are getting contact, it's not necessarily the best. Wilson's got a good fastball.
7-7 game. Bottom of the 9th inning. 2-2 count. 2 on. Second, third, with 2 outs. Are we going to go to the 10th, or can Crimson win it right here? Swinging a foul straight back.
Foul.
And we reset.
Fans are on the edge of their seat for this
Nobody
one.
wants to lose this game.
No, this is a classic rivalry that we've had for the last 5 years, 6 years here in southern Utah, and it's because of things like this, games like this.
Wilson ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And another foul ball pulled down the third base line.
Listen, let's give Brecken Park his well-deserved credit
He's
here
fighting.
for fighting and staying alive on what is now a 2-2 count. He's fouled 3 or so away at this point.
Did we run out of baseballs yet?
That is a great
They
question.
had
They
to go-
did come up here and grab another box of
Did they?
baseballs at one point, so, you know, they definitely are well prepared. So 2-2 right here with 2 outs.
Couple seniors battling in extra innings. Wilson on the bump for the Thunder. Park at the batter's box here, and a pop-up, but it's going to get out of play, I believe.
Yeah, it's out of play.
Swanson's giving chase, but can't get to it as it goes onto the netting. Another fabulous Freddie's foul ball here, and that's what is his 5th foul ball in the sequence.
I want to say it's his 4th, or it's for sure his 4th, maybe his 5th.
I think he got that one that was just barely tipped there on that second strike.
That one that could have been strike number 3 that he just tipped. He sent 2 over here, 1 back that way. I mean, a minimum of 4, potentially 5 foul balls. 2-2 count. Stay
Here we
alive.
go again. 2s are wild, and breaking ball misses. And that is ball 3, and the count rolls full.
Yeah, the umpire.
That was the breaking ball nibbling at the bottom of the zone.
The umpire's getting a lot of jaw from this crowd as well, which, hey, you know what? I get it. Anything close right now.
Calls are magnified, right?
Calls are always going to be magnified for sure.
Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. And a chopper foul again down the third base line. Another foul off the bat of Brecken Park.
Well, to all of our viewers online, to all of our radio listeners joining us here as we're getting closer to the 11 o'clock hour, we appreciate you joining us in this extra innings game. Bottom of the 9th, full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2nd and 3rd. Crimson Cliffs trying to walk this one off.
And Willie's got to be like,
game.
what pitch can I throw that Brecken Park can't fight off right now?
I want to see him go to maybe like a changeup or something. I don't know if he's got that in his arsenal.
Park is 2 for 3 tonight. He's hitting .250 on the season coming into this game. That's probably bumped up just a little bit with the 2 for 3 effort. Big at bat and a big pitch. Here we go. Payoff pitch. Swing, and it's ripped down the line, and it is a fair ball. Crimson walks it off. Brecken Park walks it off in the 9th inning, and Crimson gets a little revenge. They win 8-7.
That is insane. As close to the chalk as you could get out there by about a foot or two. Brecken Park stays alive long enough to get the walk-off RBI.
I think he fouled off 6 pitches, Caden, before lacing that one down the line. And was it fair by 6 inches? I mean, I couldn't tell. I was trying to find a gap by the windows here in the press box. Did you get a good look? How far fair was that baseball? Millimeter or an inch?
I'm saying max a foot.
Yeah, it was close.
Far. I will say, from my vantage point, I could tell it was fair.
Yeah.
Easily I could tell it was fair. It wasn't like it was too close.
The umpire, who was right on the line, and as soon as he said fair, you knew Crimson
the game was over.
Had won it. All right, quick break. Come back. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Brecken Park is the hero tonight as the Crimson win it. The Mustangs 8, the Thunder 7.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
What a game. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Dr. Cody, 2 Southern Utah locations. See why so many parents choose Dr. Cody for their kids' dental needs. The new patient special, just $99. The cleaning, the exam, the x-rays. Call for your appointments. Summer's coming. Make sure you get your appointments in the summertime when the kids are out of school. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, what a game. Walk-off by Brecken Park. Down the line, inches fair, and that's your appliance, wholesalers plus playmaker play of the game. No questions asked.
No questions asked. Easy playmaker play of the game. It's a walk-off. What do you expect, right? You got to give them the credit there for the AWP playmaker play of the game. And also, listen, he's going to be a double award winner tonight because he's got to be getting that Findlay Subaru player of the game as well. I mean, that star of the game has to be headed his direction just because of the amount of times he got on base for hitting a walk-off. I mean, Brecken Park was all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the bottom of the ninth. Brecken Park singles in, scoring the winning run. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Yeah, he's your Findlay Subaru star of the game. No questions asked. Go see the all-star lineup, Findlay Subaru, on the savings side of the freeway. So appreciate Appliance Wholesalers Plus. For years and years and years, they've been a partner with high school sports, bringing you the playmaker play of the game, and he sweeps the awards tonight. Although our Jersey Mike sub of the game, Anderson actually comes in and gets the win, fourth pitcher of the night for Justin Abbott and the Mustangs. But it's either him or it's Llewellyn, who came in and pinch hit, was 2 for 2, and got on base and scored the game-winning run.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a few options you could go here.
Probably Llewellyn.
And I kind of like that idea of Llewellyn. He was clutch. So I would definitely say that. That's definitely a good spot for our Jersey Mike sub of the game.
Big time. Thank you, Jersey Mikes. Well, we're going to put a quick bow on this Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show because it's getting late. And 7 a.m., we'll talk more about this game and everything else going on in the sports world. And then, of course, more on this game and all of our local sports, 4 to 6 with From the Bleachers. So busy Wednesday. Man, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening as Crimson walks it off and wins it tonight. The final on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 8-7 over Desert Hills. Desert Hills now 4-2 in region play, and Crimson improves to 3-1.
Yep.
So percentage-wise, they're right there. How about this win? They get the split with the preseason favorites. Until next time, which will be tomorrow night, our look ahead, Pineview Snow Canyon tomorrow night from Pineview High School, 7:30 first pitch. Hope to have you back. Good night, everybody.